Okay. Alright, I'm not... Here we go. Okay. Alright. I have to wait till someone gets here. I can see us! Alright, I'm not... Here we go. Okay. Alright. I have to wait till someone gets here. I can see us!
You can see us.
Okay.
Wait.
Here we go. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I've just never done the live stream until someone gets here. I can see us.
In this format, I can see us.
Okay.
Wait.
Here we go. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I've just never done the live stream until someone gets here. I can see us.
In this format, I can see us.
Alright, I am getting a little bit of... Here we go. Do I have to mute myself on YouTube? Alright.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
Can you hear us okay?
I hear it.
Yeah, I'm just making sure they can hear it because there is a little bit of a delay on our end. Because like when I have the OBS thing up, it's like oh good, so they can hear us. Cool. So it's like when I have the OBS screen up, like I'm about 30 seconds ahead of where it is on the YouTube end of things. So okay, they can hear us, so that's good. Hi, welcome everyone. This is Jennifer Vatza. This is my first attempt to use the OBS to do a live stream with someone else, and tonight I have Bonnie Woodruff here. Hi, Bonnie. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, yes.
Yes, there might be a little bit of a delay. It's weird talking and watching the video, and I'm not. I guess it's a little bit off, so it's a little interesting. But I may actually keep the OBS window up in front of me so I can see in real time and cover up the YouTube one because it's distracting. But anyways, yeah, Bonnie, if you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, where we can find you, all that good stuff.
Sounds good. I am, well, on YouTube, I'm under Dark Moon Rising. I've been doing tarot and oracle about almost 7 years now. It started out literally, I was kind of more on the mediumship end of things, doing medium readings, very connected to spirits past and stuff. Kind of got, and I still do paranormal investigations. I'm actually kind of gearing up for one that I have really big in a month from now. It's going to be at the Hill House, and it's considered, I guess, I think it was Jack Osborne on the Portals to Hell show, they called it. It's one of the portals. It's very interesting. I've never been to the property, but I've been to other places in that one. So that one's going to be an interesting thing. But I work to protect myself from things. Magic has kind of become my best friend. So I've leaned into that, into things now. So it's kind of a little bit of everything, I guess. But it all started and stemmed from literally spirits. I don't want to say driving me crazy, but being around all this nice candles all flickered, like, what are you saying? But constant contact, I had to really learn how to, I wouldn't say ignore it, but kind of have my own space a little bit at a time. Anybody that's dealt with spirits, that's definitely one thing you have to do. It's like, okay, I need some time alone, leave me alone.
Yeah.
So magic's helped there wonderfully.
So we have with us in chat now Jonathan Kirkland, Jenna M, and Unexplained Possibilities.
Hey, man. Yes. Hey, guys. definitely.
I'm sure more people will be joining us. This is my first time setting up the shared live stream, and for some reason it didn't like do the like. Normally when I do a live stream, I'll be like, Jen goes live at 8 p.m. or whatever, and then when you click on the video, and it just for some reason when I set this up, it just said
it left you a mystery.
Yeah, it just was like this stream is not live yet, so. But it seems to be working.
Yay.
So, yeah, getting the when you have two people in different locations doing live streams, it's always it's a little bit challenging. It used to be easier with Google Hangouts, but something changed, and now you have to do all kinds of random crap with using other software, and because we're doing this through Zoom, through OBS, through YouTube, so.
Oh, yeah, that was one thing that unexplained that Melvin had an issue with. They were giving away a prize on his show not long ago, and literally because everything's changed up, he forgot to hit unmute on everybody's mics, and as soon as he did, he didn't let anybody know. The first word was, "Well, oh fuck it." That's how the stream started. Yeah, everybody heard the F-bomb. It was great. It was. Yeah. I was like, you better leave it. Don't delete that.
And I do want to send a special thank you to my friend, the Flesh Priest, who helped me set OBS up this morning.
Oh man, I don't know how you. Okay, those that are crazy that know how. I'm lucky. I know how to turn on a computer. My oldest son thinks he's like, Mom, please. But this is talking from a child that can get into the schools, system at times if he's wanted to. Let's just say.
Yeah.
Not that he would ever do that.
I'm hit or miss with technology. Right now, I used to be a social media manager, so I used to be up on all the new tech things, and I was looking at TikTok last night, and I'm just like, I don't understand how to use this.
Dude, me either. And some people have some.
Feel old.
The TikTok one gets me now. There's some people that are so good at that, and it blows my mind.
Oh yeah, I mean a lot of the videos are amazing that I see. Yeah. Oh, hello, Andrea from the UK.
Hey. Sorry, that's my dog groaning. If you hear any, I have a husky that likes to groan. He's sleeping, and I guess I disturbed him.
Yeah, so tonight we're going to be chatting a little bit about the tarot, or tarot, as Bonnie calls it. And also doing I also do oracle readings as well, so I don't know, you can't really see, but I have a whole stack of oracle decks behind me, so... Jonathan Kirkland wants to know, can you do a reading regarding the current Marilyn Manson controversy?
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see what... the tarot has to say about it. And I just have to clear my own, what I've picked up personal vibes. So I kind of have to, let me grab my,
I do have some firsthand accounts of things from the 90s. So I have an inkling as to some stuff. So that's just kind of my own.
Right. And okay. The way I'll put from what I get is, well, he's put himself out there as this controversy in the first place, but I think it's number one, if you know, okay, let's just say Charles Manson, would you go out and date him knowing what you know now? Probably not. But Marilyn Manson's never hid who he was.
Yeah.
But that's not blaming. I would never blame a female for that. But I'm just saying is if you get somebody that, especially in their videos, they appear to be a certain way, then don't be surprised when you find out that they are. Mm-hmm. Is he? I feel like it's a large possibility that he is guilty, but also I think some of the claims are the timing of the claims. Why did it take so long? Those things, I feel like it's. I've been part of when it calls, I've been a victim myself. Now, however, I never put myself in a predicament with a person that I knew was questionable. Okay. So that's what I'll say about that. We pulled out the cards that I feel like are going to. All right. I feel like the actual classic, the Rider-Waite Tarot is going to be what I need for that, oddly enough. Because I used to use this deck all the time, but it's really not my go-to anymore.
Yeah, the Rider-Waite one, I always feel like it gives me really mean readings. It's like the entire deck might as well just be like the Ten of Swords and the Tower card.
Exactly. So when it comes to what's going on with Marilyn Manson, so are we wanting to know if he is guilty or if well, I guess we can kind of go through both, like what the outcome is going to be. So first of all, what I want to know is he guilty or of the accusations? Are they like maybe even more people will come out? Okay. Okay.
Wait, you move over there.
Okay, I'm already getting. This is looking like this is going to end up being some financial issues. Whoa, that like they're really flying out now. Okay. This is kind of crazy. Okay, so the Four of Swords. I always tease and kind of call this like this is almost you're waiting for all the. You're waiting, kind of in anticipation for everything to drop, like the ball to drop on you. Like, I think at this point, he is just waiting for everybody to come out with whatever they have to say, right? So it's like, I don't think, like, so if there's more, like I was just fixing to say, I feel like there's more people that will come out. I think he's already prepared for this too. The Ten of Pentacles. This is, there, you know, his money, this is like his home. This is what, this is all about his finances and stuff. I feel like because he's basically set money-wise, it has an undercurrent of money. So like, can we settle this in court, give you money, shut you up, and be done? However, the Five of Cups, and it came in reverse. Okay, being in reverse, like, so if it was just in regular upright position, I would say that this would leave him feeling very, very outcast, alone, and such. I don't think he's going to be feeling that, but I feel like he is actually feeling very, very betrayed and very, very hurt. I feel like this is hitting him emotionally. I'm not even sure what sign he is, but when it comes, I do feel like this is taking an emotional toll on him because I feel like he feels betrayed. Betrayed. The Fool card come out next. Like, and I feel like this is him feeling like foolish, like number one, trusting people that he thought he could trust, or people he thought was willing participants. Okay. And then
yeah, someone in chat said he's a Capricorn, I believe.
Okay, so Capricorns actually, when they love you, they do love you very, very much so. So Capricorn would make perfect sense because he's all about earning. Okay, so when it comes to Capricorn, some people will sit there and think that they do not have much emotions, and that's very not true. They are just about making sure that they have the means to provide for their family. They're protecting their family, and them showing love to their family is making sure that they have things like to be provided for. If they can't provide for them, they feel very like they're not properly loving their family. So that's it. There is going to be some legal battles here, obviously. So again, I feel like it's going to come down to money, a money thing.
And I pulled from the Dark Mirror Oracle deck, And the card that came up was Gilded Regret.
Ooh, okay, it's matching. It's very much matching.
So what
like
it says,
he feels foolish.
Yeah, what it says about the Gilded Regret, I'm gonna have to turn my light up a little bit because I can't read in the dark. Because I'm old.
Why not?
But now I've ghosted out because I had to turn the lights on. So I try to keep them off.
Pretty ghost. Such a pretty ghost.
So in the image, it's an elven queen with heavy eyes. Her dress is blue as the clearest water. She has a crown of thorns, golden clawed flowers, and holds a blue orb in her hand. Memories are like floating underwater, safe, warm, and murky, yet they held the scent of death. So this deck is all about doing shadow work and stuff like that. So like more deeper psychological things. So it goes on to say, the cage of our memories is most gilded. Lingering to the past, savoring crumbs and flashes, hints and ifs. But is our sword, however, is our shield. We follow the river against currents to a sea of maybes. We cannot say life is here now. We just say life was here. So that even when the future builds day by day, we still look backward to the memories and possibilities. Options were missed, things were lost, changes we fled. It's like staying in the twilight of conscience, in the blessed state of those 5 minutes between time the alarm rings and when you actually have to wake up. Like little kids between the time when mom calls and the time we need to wake up and run. But those 5 minutes are taking up too much time. They are the drain of our energies, our opportunities, of our future. The ifs are now gone. Whatever has been already, isn't it? I think it's an interesting kind of card, like,
yes,
for that particular. I'm gonna turn the light down so I'm not a ghost and see. I'm currently in my like working studio area, so there's a lot of like boxes and crap around.
I love that card for that though, because I also like the other cards that came up. Queen of Cups, okay, Lovers, the Lovers card. So I'm liking that because okay, the Lovers card could be dealing with a Gemini. However, also I feel like this is a person that maybe did not quite let go of him.
Yeah.
Okay, that might have started. Okay, the person that started it, which you know who it is. They didn't fully get over them, and so how can when you're stuck in a past relationship and you just can't seem to get over it or you can't seem to crack it, you want that other person to hurt, especially if they've moved on and you think that they're just going on and living their best life, and you're sitting here stuck with that anger and resentment and you're letting it fester. So even though it might have been okay with her at first or whatever, okay, that anger and that resentment building up for so long can make it turn and twist in her head. The Queen of Pentacles, it's somebody that, she might have at the time, like, it's again, there's this money, this financial, because, okay, maybe she's wanting to benefit from that somehow financially. Of course, I don't know. Nowadays, they do let you know if there has been monetary, like if there's been
a settlement or.
Yeah. So I think that I want to wait and see if that happens, because we do have the Five of Pentacles come up afterwards, kind of like he's going to feel, this shadow, this like band, this, or he's feeling like outcast from, like Trent Reznor. A lot of people are speaking out against him. He's, I'm sure, feeling very isolated. The last card that showed up was the Sun. And when the Sun pops up, to me, it is always going to take every dark card, which there's a lot, and it turns it and makes it where it's not going to affect so let's say the Tower. It's like the Tower would be, if say the Tower came up, it means that the Tower wouldn't affect you as it normally would somebody. It wouldn't be quite as devastating. So everything will turn out okay in the long run for him. But I feel like, kind of like you did, it's going to be a lot of inner work. And I would bet that he's probably already doing that.
Cool. You know, we do have a few more requests and stuff on on specific questions. So let's see.
Yes.
Oh, hello, Jasonius, who just joined us, also in the UK. So Andrea asks, can you ask the tarot or oracle if to see if I should work with Bune? I never say. I don't know if it's Bune or Bune. Who is I'm not used to working with goetic spirits, and I think they asked. They're a Leo and in need of clarity.
Okay.
Bune is like a wealth, usually like a money magic I've worked with before.
Okay. Let me. I think I will go ahead and get the thought tarot for this one.
I have a couple different. I have the what is it? The Daemon Tarot. And,
ooh, I would definitely pull from that.
And
too.
the Occult Tarot. Let me grab those.
I would definitely pull
and
from that.
even like the Fallen Angels one, maybe. I'm trying to remember.
There you go. Let's see.
Well, the Fallen Angels is an oracle. Let me grab the.
I don't know why. I'm not familiar with him, but I don't know why. I'm getting a female energy. So I don't know if you're working with a female or if I don't know if Bune is.
All I like from Bune is he likes to show up buck ass naked.
Okay. That's interesting. As is, except me with, yeah.
All right, let me look at.
Thank you, Sonia. Let's see here. Oh. Okay.
So the Daemon Tarot is based on the Dictionnaire Infernal. There's a lot of like crossover between like the Grimoire Verum, the Goetia, the Dictionnaire Infernal. So you see some of them, or even like the Fallen Angels one, you'll see some of the same spirits coming up multiple times. And I'll also look at the Occult Tarot, which has a really pretty. Look at that.
Those are beautiful. See, I've been looking at those actually. I definitely want to say this is telling me, first of all, the Chariot card, go for it and like dive. It's like dive into it. The other two cards that popped out were Prudence, right? So there's going to be, this is going to, for whatever reason, I feel like there's going to be a balance learned. Something, well, okay, financial, because there we go. It's going to be a financial type balance. So yeah, go for it, especially with that Chariot. And it means like that Chariot is fast and furious. Don't look back. Go for what you want because this is where it's coming from. Or, you know, you're going to be given what you need with when it comes to finances with that. The Prince of Wands is the other one that came up. Also very, very structured. You know, there's a strength behind it. So much fire, right? Mm-hmm. So definitely, I would say go ahead with that. See which you get, because usually these cards, it's so crazy how they'll mirror, or maybe even give you a little more info.
Well, interesting enough, I got Lucifuge Raphael from the Occult deck, and that is that would be an interesting one in tandem with Bune, because Lucifuge is who you would go to for like he's Lord of Excess, Lord of the Pack, someone you would go to.
Balance too.
Yeah, so someone you would go to if you were doing like a pact for wealth and prosperity and abundance in your life.
There you go. No, that would actually, that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, those would be two. I love that. I love that. See how they'll kind of
the Daemon Tarot says.
Yes. I'm gonna take a little of your elixir too. The Fallen Angels.
Oh yes.
This one.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
I love and working with my cards when I do it. By Jennifer. These are great elixirs. And it tastes good.
Okay, so let's see what this one comes up. And this one I got Abraxas. I'm not actually super familiar with this one, but it's an ancient god who gave us the mystical word abracadabra. Demonographers made him into a demon with the head of a king and snakes instead of feet. Interesting. I'll have to see what it says about him in the book. I've heard the name, I just haven't. Let's see what they do. That's just describing them. So yeah, this seems to be a lot about Abrasax would be someone you would work with, like, to find the hidden truths or any kind of lies of omission and things like that. So I'm not sure how that would fit into that, but Lucifuge definitely makes a lot of sense.
I do like the Lucifuge, and yeah, thank you for Chris. I'm going to call you Chris with a K. So yeah, go ahead and go for the whole view, because especially with the card you pulled out, I think that would be very interesting to pull that into the mix, as well as, you know, with the Chariot. Hello, it's like, don't slow down. If that's something that has come to mind, number one, there's usually a reason that it has. Every time I've decided to work with one, it's because they have been heavily on my noggin and kind of just stuck. It's usually not just out of the blue. I think sometimes it's accepting that we're actually picking up on those things. It's the hardest for us to, you know.
And Andrea had a fob and an uncrossing. Should I ask Boone or Boone?
An uncrossing?
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's where the was it Abrasax?
Yes.
Came in, because that's sort of about revealing hidden truths and things like that. So
yeah, there you go.
That would make sense in that.
That would make sense. And how do you spell that one?
Abrasax is Abraxas. Abraxas, sorry.
Okay. No, that is interesting too, because I feel like well, it's funny that question came up after, and you're like, well, now it makes, I do think that would probably be why that one came out. Because it doesn't seem to like it floats with that same energy of being.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It's a little different, yeah.
Because I was about to ask, where is this? Because I, like, all of a sudden, like, there's a little bit of a darker energy kind of come through. So that's probably what that is.
So the next one we have is from Xander, Michael Nightshade, who says, is there any possibility on getting a reading about what will be coming up for me love-wise?
Love-wise, okay.
Are you getting out the sexy deck?
I probably should.
I actually did buy a copy of it, the Tarot of Sexual Magic.
Mine is, look how badly mine is all taped up. Yes, it's a good deck. I absolutely love it.
Very sexy.
It is extremely X-rated. So, like, if there are children on, probably mommies will not want you on watching right now. So I'm just going to say, of course, any teenage boy that's watching would be like, oh, I'm not good enough now. Well, watch my wording, Bonnie. Watch my wording. Let's see. Love life. And who's this for?
Xander.
Okay, Xander. Let's see what your love life got.
From the Lover's Oracle.
Okay.
I like this one. It's got very pretty cards and they're
you
heart-shaped.
You got them too? I have those. Aren't they great?
Yeah.
Those are.
I'm a sucker for Oracle decks. Like.
See? Yes. Yes. What is there is a new Oracle deck that I'm actually looking to get. It's like a new Witchy Oracle, and it looks great. Can't remember the name right offhand. But Xander, what is coming up with love? Okay. I feel like there are gosh, I don't want to say unless if you got any. I feel like there's options, but nothing quite stands out or feels like, that bingo moment, like they're the one. Okay. Here we go.
It's gonna be good when Bonnie starts it with
Yeah. Well, it's so funny because looks like
This is actually really fun. I was in a crappy mood earlier today and didn't want to get out of bed, but
Yeah. Well, for me, I've had that too, but it's also been because, like in Texas, we're not used to being frozen up, and it's been so gross out.
Yeah, it's always kind of gross out here in the Northeast.
Okay.
In winter.
So what I'm getting, yeah, you've dealt with this. We're not used to having electricity out and everything weird like that. First one is the Chariot, and sorry. I'm going to try to hold it there. If you see what he's holding there to please her. The Chariot, again, it's fast. If you have these, like I said, I feel like there are options out there, but I feel like the right one is going to come, and it's going to be something kind of unexpected. It's going to be out of the blue, and it's going to hit you like a train or like a brick. It's going to just like run, and you're going to almost be taken aback. It's going to, it's possibly that you're dealing with Cancer or a water sign, because this is definitely, the Chariot has that. It's a Cancer energy, but it is also that water energy as well. It's somebody that's, their emotions are going to be, they're going to be able to understand you emotionally, whereas other people may not. The Magician is the next card that came up. So it may be somebody that actually is into the same type of things that you are. They're going to be a magical person themselves, I feel like. They're probably at this point, they might even at this moment be doing a love spell to find who you are. This is the type of person we're dealing with. Like literally, they've got the female candle. He's got the female candle out there. So it doesn't mean that, it's a gut. You know what I mean? This is energy that this person is actually manifesting you at this moment. The other one is the Knight of Chalices. I feel like this is going to be your energy. You're going to feel very protective of this person, your emotions, even if it's possible that you're a water sign as well, because there's a lot of cups in this, but there's going to be an emotional balance between the two of you. This is what this says to me big time. I feel like it's on its way. It's going to hit you fast and definitely hit you hard. And don't let it scare you. That would be my one word of advice.
Yeah, and the oracle that I pulled from the Lover's Oracle, it's actually really pretty. I love the illustrations in this deck are really pretty, but you have this sort of angelic figure. And the message on this one is forgiveness. It says, stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. So that actually makes sense with the Magician card and stuff like that. So, but
these are
don't let the bad things. Deck.
Well, and it's funny because I said don't let it scare you, because the things that we've gone through in the past can kind of freak us out, especially if this person like reminds you, it's like, okay, but this energy reminds me a lot of this. Don't let that get in your head. Don't even let that be a thought that would stick around, because this one's different. This one's a very, very the Magician in the middle, and then you have your very water feeling vibe on the one side of it, and then the other, the Knight of Cups on the other. So this is somebody that is an equal match emotionally.
Mm-hmm. And they said that they're a Scorpio as well. So
well, then there you go. So it looks like, and Cancers and Scorpios do get along well.
Cool.
So there you go. It looks like you got your water sign coming.
So the next one up, Jasonius asks, could I get a tarot about the outcome of my new path working? About what the outcome of my new path working will be.
Interesting. Okay. I feel like there's been a lot of time spent with this. Like, almost studious. And it might be a medication or whatever, but there's been a lot of like gnosis, or there is going to be a lot of gnosis coming. Okay, there we go. There's one. And I'm using the Deviant Moon Tarot on this one, right? Okay. Jasonius, do you have a hard time telling people to, no? Do you have a hard time like making boundaries? Because I feel like whoever you're going to be working with, they're going to be teaching a lot about they're going to be teaching a lot about boundary setting and such. Very interesting. Okay, first of all, Queen of Swords. They're going to be it's like they're going to teach you how to off with their head. I'm not putting up with this, bullshit from you people or whoever, it's like cutting negative people, cutting negative things, cutting negative things that you might do, even things that are not helping you. It's going to teach you how to break those chains and stuff. I mean, this feels very almost like a Zazzle, in a way, just it does, for the fact that here we go. We've got the pack. To me, this is almost like a pack right here. This is the Two of Cups, which is the union. So this is going to be very, very, I would call it blessed, because we have the Nine of Cups afterwards, right? We have somebody that is really, I feel like learning to find, okay, this Nine of Cups in particular, he's learning to make and manifest his own dreams and wishes in the way he wants to see things emotionally and mentally and so forth. This pack working is going to be great. It's going to be, you're definitely going to be leveling up with this. You're going to be learning things, how to cut out things that are not helping you anymore, and moving on to where this pact, this union of you, I keep calling it a pact because of this card, the union. It's like, I feel like that even you maybe feel, go into a pact with this entity you're talking about, because they're going to be able, they're like the dream maker, seriously. So this is good. Good. So it's going to go well, is from what the tarot's telling me. Or tarot. How do you call it? How do you say it?
Tarot.
I say it very country. Tarot.
I've heard it that way before too. And I was just gonna pull a quick oracle card for Jasonius, from the Witch's Wisdom deck, and let's see, what do we get? So the card that came up was Book of Shadows, Secret.
Ooh, I love it. Ooh, I love that card already.
And now I have to turn the light up a little so I can read. And
I have this deck, so I know that card. That card is perfect.
So, yeah, that which you know is for you alone, ne'er to be shared. 'Tis yours to own. Keep thy knowledge within your tower. Reveal the secret when in full power. The magic is worked with harm to none. So mote it be, there it is done. So, the Witch's Wisdom. The knowledge you possess runs deeper than you think. You have information you need to move forward. Allow the answers to shine forth, and you will gain the knowledge you need to help you on your journey. You are the wise one, the wisdom keeper, and a book of shadows opens its page to you as an invitation. You must document the secrets that you hold in your heart. Your thoughts, dreams, and ideas will flow as you unlock every intimate detail, as you put quill to parchment. Your wise words are the key to unlocking that which has been preventing you from walking your true path in its fullest capacity. The Book of Shadows is all you can trust at this time. It shall hold only that which is your truth, including your magical name, never to share with others. Witch's Foresight. Play your cards close to your chest. Someone wishes to claim your ideas as their own. Be, be a trustworthy friend. Document your ideas, spells, and recipes in your book of shadows. Trust in it. From ancient hieroglyphs and scrolls containing magical rituals, spells, was birthed the grimoire, now known as the Book of Shadows. The sacred journal holds your intentions, beliefs, and as a practicing witch. It contains the secrets of rituals, spells, herbs, incenses, and the wheel of the year and Sabbats.
It feels like, yeah, it's definitely whatever they're learning from this is something that is for them and them alone. I wouldn't, like, literally her card just said, don't share it. It's funny because it said, I said, it felt like it was very studious, right?
Mm-hmm.
So writing down in your grimoires and whatnot. But this is not something that you want to go and share because, like she was reading, that this is something that somebody could try to steal. And, and not everybody is going to be a friend. Some people will take your ideas and try to,
Mm-hmm.
learn and do with them.
Mm-hmm.
So just be very, very, if you do choose to talk to somebody about it, be very careful who you trust. Yeah.
Yep.
I love that.
Yeah. Just one thing, if you have particular questions, if you could tag me, just do @JenniferVatza. That will help me like keep up with the chat and stuff like that, because I'm just going back and forth. I hope I'm not missing anyone. But the next one I have is from Jessica McCreary. She asked, can I ask if my financial situation will improve?
Can what? I'm sorry.
Will my financial situation improve?
Okay. Funny. I'm going back to the crystal visions on this one. Financial improve. Okay. I'm sorry that I listen with whatever deck I'm told to use. So it's, thank goodness I have several choice options. I have plenty of options. As long as nobody, as long as the Syrian Starseed one doesn't get called, I'm good. That one, I love that deck. However, the cards are bigger than most oracles. And so shuffling has never been fun. I literally,
it's really hard to shuffle those like heart-shaped cards.
Oh,
like I'm just gonna shove these in and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Financial. Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've done a live stream. I was doing them pretty regularly, and then the holiday season happened, and I was too busy to do them. Like normally, I was doing them a little bit, sometimes on Fridays, sometimes on Saturdays, and stuff like that. So,
it's sometimes rough to kind of get yourself like where you do it constantly. And I
discovered that hiring 2 assistants has helped me have like time to do other things.
There you go.
And I'm drinking a cup of tea tonight. It's an Asmodeus tea, which I got.
Oh, now that's great.
Yeah, I discovered there was a local event. I didn't do this one, but I've done other ones for them in Philly, the Philly area in Pittsburgh. They do. It's called the Darksome Art Festival or something, like Dark Arts Festival or something.
Oh, that's cool.
But I got an Asmodeus tea from the Evil Tea Company.
I love that.
It's quite good. It's a what is it? It's a bergamot black tea with Ceylon black tea, dried fruit, hibiscus, lavender, orange peel, lemon verbena, lime, and bergamot flavor.
Okay, it sounds yummy, actually.
It is quite nice.
Jessica, okay, the Fool, the first card that comes up. I feel like, okay, if there is something you're working on, project or an idea or some sort of inspiration that could be part of a new financial growth, but you kind of feel like it might sound stupid or it might seem abstract or kind of out there or like not worth the chance. Don't let doubt talk you out of it, okay? Because the second card that came up was the Ace of Cups, all right? The Cups is emotional, but it's going to be number one, when we're in a happy place emotionally, right? We're able to really manifest and work on the other parts of our lives, right? So it's like this will help kind of balance you to that. The last card that tells me, yes, there's going to be financial blessings coming your way. 9 of Pentacles, right? This is a woman that has made it herself. She takes care of herself. She doesn't have to rely on anyone else. but the Fool and the Ace of Cups, those two together, it's like, so you may have an idea, and it may feel like it's just okay, like being the cup, it could be in it, like feel like it's just kind of. I feel like your emotions are almost making me feel like it's silly or like a long shot, but don't completely feed into that. Be wise, okay? Like with the when the Fool card comes up, always try to be wise. Prepare for those steps that are ahead. Don't be the Fool to where you just stepped into a big old puddle of nothingness, right? But don't be so foolish to where you don't step out into things that, don't let that fear hold you back at the same time. I do feel like it will be whatever is going on is going to be prosperous, if that helps. I hope if that makes any sense to you. I feel like there is an idea that you've been contemplating. So if that's true, even if it's kind of in the back of your head, really kind of work with that a little bit.
That was mirrored. I used the Liminal Spirits deck by Laura Tempest Zakroff, and the hair came up. She's an amazing artist. You should definitely check out her.
I love that. Yes.
She's an author as well. But yeah, I've one of her Belladonna prints on my wall. But this mirrors kind of what you were saying. So let's just keep the light up a little bit.
Isn't it great how they all line up too?
Yeah. The hair is associated with the powers of rebirth, fertility, sensuality, and intuition. As the hair is most active at night, it is frequently connected with the moon and retains a sense of mystery and mayhem. It has a reputation for being a bit of a trickster, which also feeds into the lore that the hair is a shapeshifter and a witch familiar. The hair is capable of unpredictable, quick movements and great speed, but may also have spells of quiet stillness, even laziness. Only the hair knows what's next. So the messages from that is, follow not the straight and wide path, but rather the crooked, curving, zigzagging one. It may not be the easiest route, but it is the most fulfilling one for you right now. Blessings of fertility and abundance, of a physical nature or in terms of creativity and opportunity, are coming your way. But sometimes there can be too much of a good thing, so pace yourself.
Exactly. I love that. It does line up perfectly with it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I love Bonnie and I, like, sometimes we'll just like sit on like, Skype or Zoom or Facebook and just be like, pulling cards, just sitting there like for hours, just pulling cards.
We're like, whoa, how does this? Yeah, because they just seem to line up time. Hey, Toby.
So it's like, well, Toby. I pulled this, you pulled that. Let's see how this works and stuff. So
and
that's kind of why I had the idea to do the live stream. And I know you also do the like a monthly one on the Unexplained Possibilities channel, YouTube channel.
Yes. I love that. That's always been fun too.
So
the last few times I've gotten,
Yes. So speaking of unexplained possibilities, there's a question from them that says, what's a common mistake people make when trying to read the cards? Is there a danger associated with cartomancy? Meaning, do you open portals or energies to come through? This is more of a general question, not a reading. This is just, we'll take a brief interlude for Witchy Chat.
Well, okay. And yeah, I mean, you are technically, okay, we have our intuitions and stuff, and the cards are basically, they help us to get more of an idea for the energy that's going on, especially with, like when it comes to me, like I've gone to even like if I go to a haunted location and I pull out the tarot cards, I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Really, what's the underlying thing? And I'll have different, cards that will pull up and tell me, like I've had it to literally tell me, okay, somebody's done magic in this house. Yeah, we've got a little portal going on here. This is probably why we've had some of the activity we've had. So yeah, like the tarot can definitely, give you more insight into questions that you have. It's, but it can, I guess, technically be a portal. I don't look at things traditionally like most people would when it comes to, oh my goodness, is it unsafe? Is it going to attract demons? Well, if you're wanting to attract demons, then there's a big possibility that you could literally do that without having any cards out at all, if that's really what you're wanting to attract. You know what I mean? The cards are just a means. and it can make it a little more accessible. But if you have it in your mind, that you're, even if you don't want to admit it, there are so many people out there that don't want to admit how in tune when it comes to the demonic spirits and such. I mean, I know several. I'm not going to point any names, but yeah, that's probably not technically what you would associate them with, but yeah, your energy alone can be a portal, in my opinion. You know,
I always joke that I'm probably responsible for most of the poltergeist activity in my house, just based on my energetics.
Same, same, same. Well, and that's like so funny. Earlier, my son and I, we were watching it. It was one of the, actually, it was one of the, I think, yeah, like one of the COVID, on Ghost Adventures. It was one of those, I guess, episodes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And literally my son's like, Mom, and he's pointing, because our light, our main light in the house, like flickering, and I'm going, okay. It's definitely something that is, because here we're watching this paranormal show, but yes, it is, yeah, we're getting a little bit of like, ha ha, look what I can do, trying to freak him out. I'm like, well, it's obviously working. You know, it's got you going, what the hell, you know?
Mm-hmm. So let's see. Oh, the next one reading we have is from the Atlantean Alchemist. He's asked if they can have a general reading.
Just a general reading. Alrighty. Let's see. Morgan Greer. Mm-hmm.
And I love your channel, by the way.
Yay. Oh, sorry. I'm grabbing the Morgan Greer Tarot. This has been one that has stayed probably one of my, I guess, I go-to decks for quite a while now. I love, number one, I love the art, but for me, the cards just seem to always.
Yeah, I always used to wonder why people had so many tarot decks and oracle decks, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, I get it now.
Yeah, sometimes you just kind of get pulled into the direction.
Yeah, I was at like one of the times I actually ventured out of my house to one of the stores. I'm like, well, they have the Salvador Dali deck, so I'm getting that.
That one looks so neat.
That one is hard to read from because the minor arcana cards don't have like you can tell what they are, but they don't have the numbers. So you're like, wait, how many wands is that? Like you said, they're counting them. And the David Bowie Starman Tarot, the most beautiful artwork I've ever seen. I do not know how to do a reading with that deck to save my life.
Oh, wow, though. I didn't even know there was a deck like that. There is one that I've seen recently that's the Edgar Allan Poe deck that looks interesting, too.
I want to get the Hieronymus Bosch one, because I love Hieronymus Bosch.
Ooh. See, you mentioned so many that just sound very, very interesting to me.
I was a history major, so I do like some of the more like art historical ones, so.
Yes. Oh, there we go. All right, and that's okay. I'm trying to see what these cards are saying together. Okay. Feels like a separation. They've got the Lover's card. This could, Gemini card, but it is the Lover's card. It is, then the second card that came up is the Three of Wands. So looking over a tough time. This is it's like coming through a clearing, coming through and looking at, basically the way I always like to look at it, looking at your other paths ahead. So I don't know if this is a recent breakup or separation. It could be from a family member. It could be kind of letting go of somebody that you've held dear. Doesn't mean romantically necessarily, but the Lover's card, I would say that it is a person that you've held, very close. It could be even a really good friend, because we have the Seven of Cups. Yeah, the Seven of Cups is next. So you're seeing all of these endless possibility now that you I feel like this person, this energy that you're letting go, or you're fixing to be letting go, or you've been contemplating letting go. If this is something you've been contemplating, I would say go ahead and do so. The Queen of Swords is the off with your head. I'm not going to put up with this shit anymore. But kind of like putting a line in the sand, drawing boundaries, and having some alone time with the Hermit. Because I feel like either this person is, when the Hermit coming up where it is, I feel like this person has kept you from being able to either spend time alone, or you don't feel yourself. Like you feel very like you're not yourself. You definitely feel like things are off, if that would make any sense. So there's this if this person is making sense to you, if this is, you know, this makes any sense, I think it would be time to either draw like a boundary and cut, like if you don't cut them out permanently, at least draw very, very strong boundaries with this person, because you do need to connect with yourself again, because I feel like they are causing a disconnect. Okay, that's the word I was looking for, a disconnect with you and your own self, like with who you are. So that's what I would say about that. We hope that makes sense. And if it does come deal with something that you've been dealing with, well, then there you go.
And I pulled from the Fallen Angels Oracle deck, and I got Bael, our friend the Storm God. I love this deck. It's so pretty.
It is very pretty.
I think it just gives you kind of a little description of who they are, of so much what they do. Bael, the message is adopt a cloak of invisibility so you can further your plans discreetly. Bael is the most powerful of all the fallen angels. Well, according to this, anyways. In this pack, and has a voice in dreams and visions that can be hoarse and commanding, but not unpleasant. Bael's totem animals are the toad and the cat, and he's sometimes depicted with 3 heads, toad, cat, and human. Those Bael favors are granted the power of invisibility, which enables them to orchestrate events around them without being noticed. Strength through stealth is keynote. This is a time for acting discreetly and sacrificing recognition for long-term ambitions. So far from in the comments, everyone seems to be saying everything is on point.
Awesome.
Just looking, catching up.
Kind of.
Jasonius asked me if I know any good resource material with correspondence for Nama. I do not know offhand. I would say probably something, any of Azonoth Mason's works. I'm trying to think if it was mentioned. I have a couple of her books that aren't on from Becoming Living God. So, like, I know I have like Lilith, Dark Feminine Archetype, and there's a couple other books that I have as well that might. I'd have to look that up.
If that's what, okay, and if you said that stuff that you got closure with last year, then I would definitely, yeah. Like sometimes sometimes it's just like you needed that extra boost of like, hey, yes, this was the right thing to do. So that's good. Sometimes it's hard when you don't feel like if you're wondering if you've done the right thing at the end of the day. But evidently for most cards it was. So.
Yeah, I feel that definitely.
I hate that stuff too. When you sometimes even it doesn't matter. Like if you've been doing and working with craft girl life, sometimes it's that personal stuff that it makes you really have to like pull yourself away from the issue to make sure that you're doing the right thing, because sometimes our own emotions will get caught up in it. I mean, that sometimes is what makes our magic so wonderful. However, it can also, for me, I've had it totally fuck me up. Let's just say, like, not handling my emotions the correct way, which is something this year I've really, or the last few months, I'm definitely learning to handle in a better way. And like some of it, it's like my whole thing is I've learned to not always hold back my emotions, like to try to smother them. Like if I want my anger, be damn right, I need to go ahead and take out my vengeance. Not with a gun, but with magic, because, you know, you don't go to jail for magic. Smile. I guess I gotta look innocent.
Mm-hmm. All right, so where are we at here? Demon Days asks, what divine influence is protecting and guiding me strongly at this time in my life?
Let me see which one. Sorry, my big boys. Let me at this. I'm gonna pull up. I think I'm gonna pull up the fortune cards on this one. I like the first one good. I'm trying to decide which one. I feel there we go again. I feel female. And in fact, let's say when I looked, when I was looking through my cards, I straight looked at the Morgan deck. So I don't know if it's with the Morgan, but it's definitely kind of got that feeling.
Morgan's been coming up a lot lately.
That's so crazy. Yeah. Well, and she's so particular. A lot of times, what I've noticed with whom she's worked with is people that have really, like, it's very the strong-willed, the ones that have, you know, kind of thought different stuff. Interesting.
Oh yeah, Jasonius, I want to get the Oraculum Leviathan deck. It's on my big list of things to buy.
You're gonna have to write down some of these because they
that's the great. One Bill Dubin deck and Asenath Mason did. That's on the Become a Living God website. It's really expensive.
Oh gosh, yes, okay.
But I've seen the artwork for it. Actually, I have the Lucifer calendar right over there.
I'm keep going back to the Morgan or some like it feels very Celtic. Okay, so I got two. This is the two cards that came out, and this is the fortune card deck. The Harley Quinn, True Feelings Masked. Okay. Let me pull it out because this is not one I use all the time. There we go. Here's the Harley Quinn. The Harley Quinn is an actor whose feelings are masked in order to gain acceptance. At times, the Harley Quinn is a prankster whose sense of humor, and playful acts make him a center of attention. So we could go. I first thought Loki. I was on this one. However, the Harley Quinn may also be concealing a sadness or derived form of loneliness or a broken heart. I would say that one kind of pulls out that Loki vibe to it, especially, you know, this prankster, this trickster. Serendipity is the other card, and it's bright new prospects are on the horizon. And there's that female feeling that I came up with too. So let me pull. Serendipity was literally on the second page. It was called. All right. This night fairy represents an unexpected yet favorable turn of events, a chance meeting or discovery. As one door closes, another one opens. Bright news projects are on the horizon. So this, okay. I feel like there is possibly two. Loki might be one. I don't know if this one's ever come up with you. If not Loki, like this trickster, it can also be Belial, kind of. I mean, I've never had the really much the prankster side of him, but I know a lot of people who have.
Belial?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, I get the trickster side of him sometimes.
Okay. Because so yeah, it's got this very lucky feeling, or it could be Belial. Those are the two that really kind of are standing out. I do feel like the Morgan may even come into play at some point. So kind of pay attention to that, or something. If you start being pulled to anything Fae, don't totally close the door on it, because it could open doors to new things. So those are two to kind of watch out for. And especially if like Belial or Loki were ones that you were thinking about working with, I would jump into that.
And I pulled from the Dark Goddess Oracle deck. I got Inanna.
Ooh. Yeah. Love that.
And it's symbolic with seduction. So the guidance is your appetite for enticement naturally attracts those who wish to inject some glamour into their lives. You have a very powerful appeal, which you knowingly and expertly use to get exactly what you want. Your unsuspecting friends and family don't stand a chance when you decide to go in for the kill. It's a very subtle card.
I love it. Yeah, thanks.
So it's just like Inanna, you are a very independent individual who does as you please. Sometimes this is without regard for consequences. I was paraphrasing it because it's actually goes into a lot. On the shadow side, Inanna equally invites war and warms you with the allure. So this Inanna is another one of these like goddesses of love and war, like Astarte and stuff like that. So
yes, well, actually, the Morrigan as well. You know, very much so. So that's quite interesting. And
yeah, I mean, the foresight is, you know, be strong, stand your ground, be truthful, consistent, and assertive.
Yes.
And she's also the original version of the goddess Ishtar, who is associated with who is Astarte. So
there you go. That's quite interesting.
And you know, since a lot of us do a lot of work with Astarte, myself included, there, that would make sense. Let's see. I'm scrolling back up. I think the next one, Unexplained Possibilities, asked for a general reading.
Okay. Who is it?
Unexplained Possibilities.
Oh, no. Okay. Gotcha. A general reading. Okay. We're going to do more than there.
And someone else was asking, do you happen to have a Norse deck, like a Nordic deck or an Odin deck?
There is one that actually, I don't have one myself. There is one that I've seen. I will have to post that. But I did see one that actually felt like it had the right energies. It was like a rune deck, to be quite honest, but it was using the different deities with the runes as well. So it was really interesting. I saw it on Amazon. I think it was around $30.
Yeah, I don't really do a lot of work with the Norse pantheon, but I mean, some of the Oracle decks I have like the Dark Goddess one. I'm sure, like I know Frigga and Freya and some of them are in there.
Scotty, or like I say that one wrong. I'm pretty sure, but she's in there as well. So yeah. Okay, let's see. General.
And Andrea was also asking if we had a Nordic deck to do a general reading.
I love, yeah. I
so many decks, so little time.
Right? Well, okay, then maybe I wasn't supposed to grab that one. One tried to pop out, and then a bunch of others landed on top of it. So I'm like, no. I swear. Okay. So Unexplained, he's a Taurus, so his cards never come out easy. There we go. Finally. Oh, hello.
Yeah, when Bonnie does readings, the cards just start flying out for you. It's a thing.
Yes. Okay. Okay. This is funny. Okay, so the Magician, first card that pops out, something that I've told you before, you probably need to be working with some magic in some ways, and you have an And then, of course, I think you get a little weirded out by results. But you got to quit running from it, okay? Because the reason I say that, those two cards coming out. The next card that comes out is the Knight of Pentacles, okay? So we have, we're talking about things that can help your finances. First of all, Pentacles. Then he's the Knight. So he is there to protect your finances in a way. He is going to help you to stand up and to fight for what it is you want. This definitely has that monetary feel on it. Like this is talking about manifesting things to bring this monetary gain towards you, right? And what's funny is that the last part is the Two of Wands. But so when they came out, they're opposing each other. Okay. So I feel like you just want the ending to be without actually having to step into things like the magic, the things that make you a little bit nervous, because some of the things that you've seen happen with the magic is a little bit overwhelming at times. But to learn to trust it and not be afraid of it and just accept it as a gift and let the Knight work for you. Become brave, put on your armor, and go fight for what it is and manifest what you want. Just quit trying to change the path and basically get in the way of, which way was it? Get in the way of your own game. Yeah, because literally when they're facing each other, it's like, okay, this feels oppositional. Like I'm wanting to change my path instead of fight for it the way that I know has been working. And you in itself know, unexplained, that you've done readings and you've actually opened doors when it comes to finance, different things financially, and they've worked. And it's just been a little weird for you to accept, but it's okay. You haven't lost a limb yet, have you? Knock on wood. Just kidding. But are you dead? What is that? What movie was it? Are you dead? Did you die? Did you die? Trying to remember what movie that was from. I always tell somebody that when they get scared. Did you die?
And I was going to pull a oracle card from the Eternal Crystals deck. Ooh. Yeah, I like some of the ones like the botanical.
All these unnamed cards.
What's that?
You have so many. You have a couple of decks I have, but then you have so many that I haven't even heard of.
Yeah, I kind of went on a kick of buying oracle cards over the fall. So, well, I've never heard of this one, but I feel like this might resonate with what you were just saying. It's Okanite. Oh. And what it says is past life patterns, and it's representative of all the chakras.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense, actually. Yeah.
Okanite. I want to see what it says about it, because I've never heard of that one. There's a lot of crystals.
Yes.
Okanite. Past life patterns. So, you've been drawn to the powerful Okanite crystal to help you remove any old patterns or beliefs that are holding you back. And I hear Bonnie on the inside going, yes.
Yep, you know this. Yes, he knows. He knows. Yes.
These old beliefs and patterns may be from this lifetime or from some of your past lives. It is time now for you to see that there are many different and new ways to act or look at things. Try to look at each situation for what it is. If you remain positive, it will help you move through any challenging situation. If you feel that there may be some past life issues surrounding you, it is now time for you to release these hurts or obstacles. You do not need to be burdened or held back by anything from the past. Free yourself from any karmic debts by affirming, I am now free. Anything that no longer serves me or that is holding me back or hurting me is now released. See yourself surrounded in love and forgiveness. Okanite will help you clear any obstacles in your path. It also helps you to clear all of your chakras. So, I'll hold it up again.
That's crazy. That is so funny. I can almost see him get smiling because yeah,
This happens all the time when Bonnie and I are doing
yeah. It's funny because sometimes it's just the energy that comes out. There's been times that somebody's asked for a reading and it's like, okay, I'm going to send this to your private because Like it becomes so, yeah, she's gotten one that was like, oh, this is way too personal to just like blab out there. Like, I don't mind doing some of the sexy ones, but sometimes they are very, very, oh man, they get it list. Yeah, like it's like, oh, I feel a little like I should go and take a bath now. Yeah, they're fun. But that's why they're so much fun, because it is interesting, like especially when you don't really know of something that somebody's going through or dealt with, and they're like, oh yeah, well that makes a lot of sense, and you're like, huh, that's great.
Cool. Oh, let's see. So a little bit in the chat, we were talking a little bit about the gatekeepers. Demon Days asked, does Belial have trickster nature about him? Fuck yeah. They haven't actually done much research into him, but I felt that he always has trickster energy around my life. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I have not dealt with that. Yeah, you have.
And Belial is like the king of costume changes. He never really shows up the same way twice. So you kind of got to get used to the fact that, you know, he may show up. We were having a conversation on my Facebook. I forget who said it, but someone mentioned that he showed up once as the poop emoji. I'm like, yeah, that tracks. I would be like, if a poop emoji showed up to me, I'd be like, hi, Belial, what's up?
I love it. Yes. Yes, yes. Hey, Scarlett.
Oh, what was it? I think it was...
Oh.
Let's see. Justinius asked, could I be cheeky and ask when would be a good time to make a pact with Lucifer? I've never actually made a pact with Lucifer. I just work sometimes I make pacts for very specific things, and other times it's just ongoing work.
Right. Let me see. Again, I'm kind of with that one. That's funny. I get.
Yeah, Belial is like that.
When it comes to going in with the pact with the Empress, the Empress is kind of like the epitome of like what people look for into a female or whatever, like into the opposite sex or whatever. But I feel like there is this either you towards Lucifer or vice versa. But I do feel like there is this interest. There is a draw there. And the next card that came out was the Nine of Wands. So that is kind of also, you know, a lot of times that one's like coming out in the clearing after a battle or whatnot. But I feel like this is also to be prepared and to just go and do something too. It kind of almost has like that Chariot feel to it, to where he's like armored up and ready to just go learn what it is he needs to learn. So
yeah, I've been having the Chariot come up a lot lately.
Well, and the first thing when you mentioned that question that he asked was the cheek, you know, the cheeky. I was like the first thing I'm hearing is there's no time like that, you know, like now. Like there's no time like now was kind of like the feel I was getting for it. Like, so be careful when you're cheeky, because they'll tell you at the same time, you know, they'll let you know. So if it's something that has come up and you kind of like just pondered on, that literally kind of, I'm hearing like there's no time but like now, like the present time.
Yeah. I pulled up from the Mausolea Oracle of Souls, the Ageless, the Light in the Darkness, Healing, Graciousness, Acceptance.
Ooh. I like that card with that too.
Yeah, I like the Mausolea deck.
That is one that I have not heard of, and I'm going to definitely write that one down.
The book is a little hard to find because it's not like they're alphabetical, which I like, or they have numbers. It's sort of like, all right, the Republic of Pandemonium. And then you have the ones, I think, is that one with that one? Then the Kingdom of Hades, and so then the ones that are associated with that, the Afterworlds of Onwin, the Empire of Urkala, and a whole bunch of other ones. The Ageless One is from the realm of Sheol. Sheol? The realm of Sheol is concealed with bright and dark dualities, where Ikala focuses on emotional experience. Sheol centers the extremes of human sin and holiness. To dwell in Sheol is to submit to the judgment of the Absolute, to suffer between the difficult requirements of grace and the easy torments of corruption, and to have the courage to discover where you fall in your overall contribution of good to the world or evil.
Now, I love the fact that came up with the whole Lucifer.
Yeah, so the Ageless One, this makes sense, denied paradise on a matter of law, in spite of her noble life and spirit. The court of Elohim, in their mercy, granted the Ageless the power of renewal for herself and others. This allows her to grant healing and succor to those souls suffering from the harms inflicted by Abaddon's corruption. I like Abaddon. Sweet little Abby.
But I love how that card.
Yeah.
Well, because here it's looked like it's when it comes to it's almost like, hold on, I'm here already. It's so abstract, people, that especially if you've been raised in that, like I was raised extremely Christian, like no other, and so that is the complete adversary. That is the worst of the worst. It's so bad. If you can stand up and get past of what people perceive this as, there's so many things, so much healing that can come from it. And it's like, had I not just trusted myself, and if I would have kept listening to what my family or other people had to say, I would have never done that, and I wouldn't be where I am now, which is way more healed than what I could ever imagine being, because there was so much trauma, there was so much pain, and unfortunately, where I was going beforehand, I was not getting it, no matter how much I prayed or pled for it, but I have it now. So it definitely makes you wonder which is truly dark and which one is truly light. In my opinion, for me, it's always made me like, It's almost like everything that was written was like false and very, very backwards. Sorry, my dog is breathing super loud. She's snoring, if you're hearing her.
My cats are actually not being assholes for once.
Well, and this one, this is my female dog. She is usually outside, but I brought her in because it's so cold. She's my pit bull, and I'm not probably going to be letting her go back outside because she's got a growth on her tummy that doesn't look right. She's over 12, and so I'm going to be like, when the weather gets better and I can take her to the vet, and I have to take her, and I'm not ready for it because I'm afraid of what I'm going to hear. She's got a spot on her that's quite big. It's like the size of a quarter at least, and it's
sometimes they get a little bit of like fatty tumors when they get old like that, but
yeah. And this one's bleeding. It bleeds, and it smells. I know that's a horrible thing to say, but it doesn't smell good, and so that makes me a little nervous. Which I'm hoping it is just like a fatty tumor, because I'm not good with animals. Like, it sounds so bad, but like Liz, I am a big baby when it comes to losing animals.
Oh yeah.
Like even when I when I was like the kittens, like when I was bottle feeding them, and because they were so little, I knew that they weren't gonna all survive. I knew it. But every time I lost one, I was like going to tears and felt like I'm like, oh my God, crying over here and slobbering like a baby, but I could not help it. I tried everything, but it was rough. Gosh, she's so loud.
Yeah, I'm surprised there has not been a Corey.
Yes, Scarlett, we're answering questions if you have one.
And generally chit-chatting as well, you know.
Yes.
I may need to refill my tea because it got a little cold.
I know. I may have to potty. Let's just be honest. I might have to potty real quick.
Yeah, I never know how people do like these long ass live streams without like having to take a bathroom break, because I'm just like,
yes.
Yeah.
She is over my dog.
So far so good. Don't have to pee, but you know.
If it's soft, okay. Okay, I will check. Like, yeah, I will check. Thank you so much. I hope so.
And now I'm getting hungry. I think it's my lunchtime, even though it's
11, yeah,
it's 11:30 p.m. here on the East Coast. So
yes.
I need my lunch.
Oh, go pee. She said, "Go pee. Come back." I am. No more.
I will entertain you while Bonnie is on a bathroom break.
Yes, I just actually, those are not fun. I think no. No.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do some more live streams. I mean, it's been a while. I got really busy with like all the holiday stuff and some, you know, seasonal depression crap because it's gray and snowy and shitty weather on the East Coast. And it's hard to get out and see people because a lot of things were closed. Well, it's not always, a lot of times over the summer and stuff, I would go meet up with friends in the park and, we'd hang out there. But, when it's cold, gray, and the ground is frozen and hard, or it's been raining for like days on end, or what, right now we still have some like dirty ass snow around. So hopefully I can get into the habit of doing live streams again. I've been doing a little bit more videos and stuff like that. Yeah. But this is fun. I've been wanting to get OBS set up and stuff like that so I could bring people in for live streams and whatnot. Finally had the time to do it, so yay.
My child's alarm. Why do you have an alarm for 10:30 at night? My kid's alarm went off on his phone.
I was wondering what that was, yes. So Scarlett would like a reading about what the school forecast for the semester looks like for her.
Okie dokie. All right. Fun one. Okay. Let me see here. Sorry, I'm going to put some school. I'm going to pull out the Naked Heart Tarot. So,
It's so weird also with Oracle decks. Some of them have like a massive amount of cards and some of them have like 20 cards.
Yeah, I've noticed that, yeah. Like, I have some that have like tons.
Yeah, the energy Oracle deck, which is the one I just pulled for this one, has a ton of them. So, was it the Dark Mirror one? Doesn't have that many.
There's one card that's already coming out, so it's quite interesting. Okay. Keep going with that.
This is a lot of fun.
Yes. Another card already popped out. So here we go.
Bonnie's cards just jump out, so they're like, no, pick me.
Yes. Okay. Is there a class? First thing I want to ask: is there a class or something that you have been putting off taking, or you really are not wanting to take? It's either it's like for some reason it's like you just so like wanting to wait for for whatever reason for the very last moment because. Interesting. Okay, sorry. Because I feel like it is one that you feel like either it's going to be, I don't know if it's, I don't feel like you look at it as hard or difficult, but it's definitely, it's just, I don't, okay, the moon card is the first thing, and it popped out while I'm shuffling. Okay, then of course on this deck they use a lot of like spirit animals and things as such to kind of pull in the energy. So it's the wolf, you know, you know, the wolf is like, it's all things in the dark, things hidden, unknown. But the moon, it's like, I feel like this is part of why you're not wanting to take it. Either you feel like it's just opposes some way. The second card that came out is the Four of Cups. Okay, and then of course the Panda. The Four of Cups is like, okay, you have all these cups in front of you, yet we're trying to hand you one, and you're like, basically his back up is up against it. He's not like receiving that one cup. It is something you're going to learn. And let me see what's okay, because the next card. Oh my gosh! Stop! That stupid alarm. I'm sorry. The teenager, they do weird stuff. I don't know why we have a 10:30 alarm on our phone.
Sometimes I have to set alarms at night to remind myself.
I don't know what he's doing at 10:30 at night. What do you do at 10:30 at night? Okay. The next card is one I'm wanting to get further clarity on. Okay. All right. Okay, so we have the moon, the Four Cups. So it's kind of like this pushing against like this class for whatever reason, or what, you know, like this. I feel like whatever class is like, it's like either you've been dreading taking it. I would say more dread. That's kind of the word I think I'm looking for. And then the Four Cups is kind of like, oh, I'll just wait. I'll not take it until I have to or whatever. The next card is the Death. Okay, and death is usually, you know, literally a transformation of sorts. I love this one because it's the skeleton, the hand of the skeleton is literally coming up out of a blooming, beautiful blooming rose. Okay, so there's this transformation, and it's actually like going to grasp a little butterfly, if you see that. So all of this, you know, you have a butterfly that's come from a cocoon. It's that Scorpio. It's definitely a transformation type feeling. So whatever class it is, if you've been not looking forward to it and it's coming up, the 10 of Cups, there's going to be something very, very emotionally that will, like, I feel like whatever it is, whatever you learn this next semester is going to literally, like, it's going to, like, not only be physically healing, but emotionally, it is going to be very, very, very prosperous in a way. Like, you're probably going to get so much more from this semester than you've gotten in a long while. And it's probably going to be completely unexpected. It's not what you probably were expecting of it. I feel like, okay, what I'm feeling is so much knowledge is going to be coming, and you are it was like hidden. Like you were in the dark about everything that you were going to learn. And I feel like it's going to be in such little amount of time that it's going to be something you're going to carry with you for a long, probably for life, whatever this. I'm quite interested in. I was like, what do you want? What are you taking? Because I want, like, this just sounds very, very interesting. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm like this reading, in fact, makes me like wonder, okay, well, what class is she taking? This one sounds very, very fun. I don't know. It's almost like I would say psychology or religion or you know, or like human, what's it called? Like, what is it? Well, the way that we, you know, I was looking at some classes the other day myself, and it was like human. I can't think. But anyway, like how we react with other humans and such. It seems like a very interesting. I don't know. It had that kind of. That's what this feels like. It's something you're going to learn that is going to be, I would say, like almost life changing, because the whole death and transformation card, and then the 10 of Cups coming right after.
Cool. And I pulled a couple cards from the energy oracle cards. So the first one was the third chakra archangel Chamuel. I don't know.
Ooh.
Sexy angel.
Weird.
But what's interesting here, it says, obviously this is third chakra, solar plexus. The issues here revolve around emotions of desire and your personal energy. When the card appears upright, it indicates that an increased enthusiasm is present or soon will be on its way. This is a great time to move forward. The completion of your desires, your life force is vibrating with power and resonance, and your soul is calling you to direct your energy in a focused, purposeful manner. This is an angel of power, so go for it. And then the next card that came up was patience, which I think in any educational experience, patience is often needed. So let's see. It's telling you that it's time to release the old urgency to look at things with a much clearer perspective. It's telling you to relax and let go of the single-minded desperation that's been driving you. Don't try to force your will on only one option. When you think there's only one solution to satisfy your need or to make you happy, you are blocking many other potential solutions from coming your way. Let go of the anxiety and become flexible. Be patient, open, and creative. Choose to be peaceful in the present. The universe has more options than you may be aware of. And the last one was the door to personal healing and happiness. So, let's see. It's a harbinger of positive change. Whether you're on some inner healing, such as breaking addiction, looking to make some external changes, such as finding a new place to live, this card signals that your life is opening up and new opportunities are about to appear. The changes you've been working on are ready to blossom with your wonderful results. So make sure you see your personal intentions through with continued action and optimistic expression or expectations. I think that all kind of fits together.
Yeah, it does. Well, and then I was just reading what she said. It makes sense though, because like, it's the second time taking it, and then I could so the panda sitting against the other one's like, I've already taken all the cups. I don't need this other cup you're trying to hand me, right? Mm-hmm. And that moon card, like you just kind of like it's this what else can be hiding in there, like whatever. But though this transformation is like this whole other way of her like viewing it this time. So that's really, really cool. And then when you went into the healing aspect of this, it was very interesting because it kind of all meshes and blends in together. And then of course,
there is
that sounds like a very terrifying class in the first place. Honestly,
there is in my experience of even with having gone to art school, there is trauma associated in education.
Oh. For real, it's true. Well, and that's the thing.
It can be really hard.
Everybody would sit there and it's like, well, what? Literally part of my problem. I was going to go to school to be an RN, but it's at the time I was going to go back. Literally raising 3, being a single mom. It was. And I'm paying for my own home. I'm like, when am I going to have time to work a full-time job at the same time? Because you don't go into art school and do it part-time. It's just that's not how it works.
Yeah.
No. But I knew I would have to take some math classes because I was late. I was one of the only we still were doing some weird. I can't remember what test it was in high school, but to pass, and I was one of the only ones that passed it. Math, though, in general, even though I am completely, capable of it. It intimidates me, and I hate to, but I'm very honest with who I am. So I admit that it intimidates me, and the thought of it alone actually kind of pushes me back from it, because I am afraid of that failure. You know what I mean? The possibility. So yeah, I can get it. And
Math is too linear for me. Like being a visual, like I was trying to explain to someone, being a visual artist, like, you know, you look at this, it's not like you read this, like every single thing, you know, as a line that, like, you know, you're the way, like when you create something, like look at the movement of, you know, the image, where the text is, the light and color. Math doesn't really have this for me. Like I have a hard time parsing it because
Right.
it's like I have to go
Well, and I think that's why
me.
it's so hard for some of these students now that are having to take class, like my kids, when they're having, like, I know that
And what the hell is Common Core math? I don't understand that even more.
Oh, it seems, I know. Well, and what I don't get is if you can get the same answer, the same correct answer, like they want you to do it this formula, and if you don't use this formula, it's automatically wrong. It's crazy to me, but whatever.
Silly.
But like being a visual learner, like there's a lot of people that are visual learners, and you don't get that with online school. You just not like, so I feel sorry for the kids right now having to go through all this.
Yeah,
that's tough because, you know, I like somebody showing me exactly how to work this problem, and then I'm fine, then I can do it, but I need it to be broke down. I don't need a video on it where somebody's not breaking down the part I don't need broke down. That's not.
Yeah, because there's always that part when you're doing like video courses, you're like, wait, my thing doesn't match up to this. I don't know what's going on.
Yes, help me fix it, and then there's nobody there to fix it. Right.
All right. So we do
I'm
another.
So excited though, girl. You're welcome.
We do another reading request from Blade and Cloak on what's causing blockages in my financial life at the moment.
Okay. Hold on. I don't know where this is coming from. The first thing I'm seeing, and this is weird, is seeing it, but I'm like, see, I want to call it a pendulum, but it's more like the thing on a clock. This thing, what is it? The pendulum on it? I guess it's called the pendulum on a clock. The ticker,
the TikTok
like on the bottom.
Thing, but not
yeah.
TikTok.
The timer, the thing that I don't know what this is. What it has.
I forget what it's called.
What is the it may just be timing is what's coming to mind, or patience. Hold on. What is blocking your finances? Blocking.
And I'm pulling from the Dark Mirror Oracle again for this one.
Okay, I've had that one actually on where I'm wanting to order that one.
Yeah, the Dark Mirror one I like. I mean, that's good for like shadow work and self work and
most
stuff
of the cards I like. Well, that was my son that snored. Okay, sorry. Okay, here we go. Sorry, pop down. Okay. Okay. All right, so what I am seeing here, what these cards are telling me, what the hell are you hung up on? In the best way possible, because once you figure that out, then maybe you can move forward. Okay, Five of Swords is the first card. Somebody that has, this is either, like, this is the feeling of somebody being stabbed in the back, right? And there's, you know, left with the swords still in there, and this person, other person kind of walking away. And like being so, you hurt me, and like literally caught in that moment. Okay, swept up, because the next card is not, like, it's funny. not in the exact order, but 6, 7, and 8 of Cups are the next cards that come up. 7, like this was your dreams, wishes, everything that you kind of hold dear. Like you could actually almost, with the 7 of Cups, I feel like it's it reminds me of the movie What Dreams May Come. It's like everything you can imagine, you know, it's like this kind of, you know, when he gets kind of like to his heaven, his version of whatever heaven was, it's like this perfect existence. Like I feel like it's the person that might have made you feel this way. This person you had like a lot of trust in, you looked up towards them, or like, you know, you had a closeness with this person. They really, really let you down. Because the 6 of Cups is all about, you know, it's like reminiscing in the past. Also, it's like these, in the other decks, it's usually kind of like a childhood, somebody that, like, you know, your old childhood boyfriend, girlfriend type person. But this is actually looking at a person from your past and having a hard time of letting them go, because there was a significance. It was a person like, okay, like this was a soulmate type person. This was a person that you've learned from, right? No, we don't always learn what, you know, sometimes the lessons are not great. The 8 of Hearts, the 8 of Hearts, the 8 of Hearts, basically, the 8 of Cups, walking away. You actually had to finally learn to put your feet on the ground and walk on your own and step back up. This is a past trauma, past something that has literally held you back. And I feel like it would be the type of something that it can affect other areas and other aspects of your life, right? Like if this was a person that you were in love with, it could affect you moving on into another relationship in a healthy way. Emotionally, physically, even like it could have like, this almost even feels like very personal type scarring, like if that makes sense. I don't want to get out there and say too much on that, but it's something in here. Scarlett, what is there's a healing that you've mentioned a few times. I feel like you should do some definitely like cord cutting from whatever this energy is, or for whatever this is that's holding you back, because I feel like you'll probably know what it is more than this is somebody that's done you dirty wrong. And it's funny because you wouldn't expect this to hold you back, but sometimes like when we hold on to things so emotionally, and like I said, that's one of the things I've had to learn recently, thank goodness, with working with Sacrament, that it is time to take out your vengeance. I learned that it's okay to be angry enough to, okay, I'm going to curse the fuck out of this fool. I mean, sometimes we have to step out of the nice person that, you know, we try to always see ourselves as. We definitely have a shadow side in ourselves, and we have to accept it. And sometimes we have to use that side to keep up and heal ourselves and move on. There is so many different ways you can do Reiki, right? But you definitely need to do some emotional healing, because I feel like once you open that up, the finances, everything else will start healing itself, if that makes sense. But it is something in here we're holding on to. It's keeping you from going on. So there you go.
And I pulled from the Dark Mirror. This is the Calling the Storm card.
Okay.
And what that says is power comes not from the inside, but from connection and integration to a greater whole. Mm-hmm. Pull and release, push to the limit. The eye is the only peaceful place that can be. There is time to find and release our power. Like a spring that had been compressed to the point, it has lost the memory of motion and movement. Yet there is power inside it. Finding it is called empowerment. It starts from the belief in our power, in our ability to cope, to fight, to endure, to overcome a challenge. However, too often we are encouraged to see empowerment as something that happens only within our psychological space. We are not necessarily islands. We can borrow the power of the world around, the context, the environment, the expectations. We do not control the storm, we just call it. To call the storm, we need not to fear it. And this is what will make us strong. After the storm, there is always the sun. So if the sky's been gray for too long, of a time. It's not time to fear the storm, but to embrace it. It will grow up and devour our chains and our jailers, and it will hurt us as well, but it will be healthier than just to stare at the chilly rain. We can restart only after we have let ourself out at the end. So, cool. I did have another request. I don't know how you are on time. We've been going for about 2 hours now, but I did have one from Alhamisi.
Yes.
Let's see. So they wanted a reading, and they also want to know, are their predictions of their place in the Infernal Empire correct? If so, what do I do next? Certain things have completely wrecked my mind and need guidance to get back on track. Oh, and someone else actually asked before that if you do any kind of teaching on how to read the tarot.
Yes, I actually do. If go ahead and message me. I know that if you're not friends with me on Facebook, I try to add as many as I can, but I am at 5,000. I stay there, but message me and I will get back with you. What's
your tarot Facebook page? I'll put a link to that in the thingy.
It is Raven Moon Tarot. I had to sit there and think. I was like, wait a minute. Yes, my child is snoring. But yes, I do that, and I've actually worked with another friend that he teaches, and we do it online, and it's called the best thing with tarot is that, like, he calls his class intuitive tarot, and I help with that class as well. And it is literally, yes, learning some of the main significant, you want to learn the basics of tarot. However, the pictures, reading them and then reading the other cards surrounding them and learning to trust what you're seeing in that picture and pick up, there's been times that I've picked up on the slightest little thing, like a while ago with Scarlet. It was like this butterfly, like that butterfly, the transformation, even though the main thing that sticks out is this death hand, right? But then it is blooming, almost like, the lotus. It's blooming out of this beautiful flower, right? Like the lotus in in this deck in particular, the Crystal Visions Tarot, there's a lot of lotus flowers. So, and that always speaks to me when it comes to, lotus grows out of mud and muck. So many beautiful things can grow from the dark things we're dealing with. Okay. Let me see. Okay. So what was can you read her question one more time? Okay. Because it's already growing.
They asked for a reading, and are their predictions of their place in the Infernal Empire correct? If so, what do I do next? Certain things have completely wrecked my mind and need guidance to get back on track.
Okay, well, this would make perfect sense.
It's I can't pronounce it. Alhamisi, Ali.
Okay. Well, the reason it wrecked your mind, first of all, I'll go ahead and start reading because I feel like it's the tower. So literally it wrecked your mind. Yeah. And because it came, the reason it wrecked your mind is because it was so fast. Okay, the movement is, I love this one because it's the 8 of Wands, but it's like a herd of horses coming at you. If you've ever lived you definitely do not want a whole stampede of horses coming at you. That is so fast, and it's something. It's like it kind of reminds me of this. What's the movie? Like the Disney movie with the stampede. It's that type of stampede where you better find a place to hide because it's coming so quick that there's no way to stop it. You're either going to be trampled or you're going to find a place to hide until it's done. So that's why it's wrecked you. Okay, I feel like it was a lot of information. I feel like you've asked for the information, you wanted it, but it was like a little much, and you kind of had that where a lot of us do. I love the memes where they're going, what I thought a spiritual awakening would be like, and they're all like, a fucking rainbows coming out of their hands. And it's never like that. It's like you literally are like the little boy in the back. If you've ever seen the movie Babadook, where the kids in the back screaming and acting a fool, That's more like a spiritual awakening to me. Yeah, like the Babadook, the kid, crazy kid. That's kind of, there you go. It's definitely not what like a lot of, I guess I would tease, I'm gonna tease and say what a lot of yoga, I love yoga, but like what a lot of yoga commercials would show you that a spiritual awakening is. It can be very rough. And it might be because it just happened a little fast for you. Okay, here we go. Finally got it. No. A lot of times if they drop and they drop face down, I don't read from them. Alrighty, I feel like, there we go. The funny thing is, this card, this is the Four of Pentacles. And to me, this is an balance, out of balance card. Like, okay, if you look at this one, I was teased. She is clinging on for fucking dear life. You know what I mean? And it is literally to hold on to and protect. Okay, like, Pentacles don't always necessarily mean financial. Like right now, it's like it is something that you find that is okay. It is material to you. Your spirituality; those things are very important. You find it something that you need to survive. A lot of us do. I would consider that probably one of my things that would come up as a pentacle for me is my spirituality. But you're like clinging onto everything right now for dear life, which would make sense, especially after this stampede type movement of the tower feeling. A Three of Wands is coming your way, and I feel like different, like, so you're going to have different paths or doors that are going to open. And with it being the Three of Wands, to me, I literally think, for one, like, and I don't always say that, I feel like the number 3 is going to be significant here. Like 3 different new options, 3 different new paths that you can take. Judgment. Pay attention and literally learn to dive into your intuition on which path it is that you need to embark down, or which 2 paths, or if it needs a little bit of each one. I feel like it's definitely maybe 2, 1 for sure. Definitely, I feel like I would not say just step down all 3. I feel like one of them is going to be a trick, if that makes sense. And I don't know where I'm getting that, so be careful. I would say use judgment, dip in and start testing your intuition, whether it be there's a Zenner app that I have for my phone that is like literally, it's like the Zenner cards, you know, where you can try to intuitively tell which card is going to pop out. It's usually like there's 4 or 5 different shapes, and it helps you to learn to dip into your intuition a little better. The last part is the Wheel of Fortune. Your whole balance, okay? No matter what, you know, happens, that wheel is going to keep spinning. But your whole, everything that, I feel like everything that you need, as long as you're wise and you trust your gut and you really try not to let everything that has just gone through all of that, because you know, like the tower energy, that feels like it could be kind of almost like I would do any kind of emotional healing you need to do first, okay, so that you can step on and make this choice of these new paths coming your way, so that you can make it more informed from a healed, cleansed, balanced place. I feel like definitely some cleansing work will be important so that you can find balance again, okay? because I feel like the next steps is going to make choices, and you need to be ready to make the proper choices for you, if that would make sense. So
Yeah, and I pulled 2 cards. I pulled again from the Dark Mirror.
That's kind of, yeah, like I got, yeah.
The card that came up is Naked Before the Stars.
Ooh.
And let's see, what does it say? Accepting our own beauty and size, color, age, and general acceptance of who you are. And there is no perfection that is worth enough. There is imperfection as proud as the heavens. What do we see when we look in the mirror? Do we see something we like or something we dislike? Something we care or something we are a slave of? What do we compare ourselves to? To the stars of a media and firmament leaking into our real life? To the social models? To the beauty queens and kings of the eternal pageant? To our inner self? To the idea we had when we were younger? To the eyes of people loving us? I wonder what feelings the words curvy, cute, chubby, fatty, rounded arouse within us. If a smile or distaste or recognition. The quest for beauty is not an empty quest. Even if beauty is not as deep as the ocean, still when we shine, our world becomes brighter. But we will always feel naked in front of the stars. We should just learn to not blush and stand proudly. So that kind of is like feeding on that sort of self-love, healing kind of aspect of things.
Yeah. There's some healing that she's gone through with that whole, it sounds like that regard.
The other card I pulled is from the El-Key deck, or El-Key deck. All the cards, when I do general readings, I tend to do like they who, but all the cards are presented like she who. So this is Amelie, she who questions. And it says curiosity, destiny, search. This is actually a really beautiful oracle deck, by the way.
Oh, I like that.
Amelie. What does it say about Amelie? She who questions welcomes you. She wears an assortment of vivid flowers and honors the many tendrils. That's kind of the way her hair is. It almost has a Medusa quality to it. Each one is a possibility, a chance, an unexpected happening. Her gift to see which ones will open next. She who questions welcomes questions because she loves giving answers that lead to more questions. Sounds like me. I'm always asking questions and stuff.
Yes.
She is the sacred circle of the oracle. Do not be dismayed if your search seems to lead you to more questions. It is Amelie's preferred way. Amelie shows you that you have other paths in front of you. There are avenues you can take that you may not even see yet. Be ready for the unexpected signpost pointing you toward a completely different way. Destiny can sometimes be tricky because you may be pulling for the wrong shore. Stop for a moment in your seeking. Tap into your natural curiosity and question things. Even those people who have always seemed one way and only one way may have hidden depths. Your job is to re-examine what you thought the truth was. Chances are good you will be given an opportunity to make some changes. Remember, the circle can become a spiral, so rather than leading you back to your own beginning, it may take you up or down. Your skill in questioning will help you. So it gives you kind of 3 questions to kind of meditate or ponder on. What am I searching for? What is the meaning of destiny to me? In what ways has my journey been a spiral? So that's actually, it's kind of interesting, with your question, in general. I think that kind of...
It's crazy though, and I even said like this, it's funny when you were reading like the paths, and I was like, yeah, like I felt like 3 paths, like, yeah, that those literally lined up so well. I'm not that I'm surprised, but it's always really interesting when the cards literally line up to from she's in Pennsylvania, I'm in Texas, and we're both witchy people, but we have different energy, and it's literally the cards are still pulling the same.
As if they're telling different parts of the same story.
Exactly. I love it because to me it just adds more boom, like stamp it, this is Okay, yeah, it might seem woo-woo, but it is literally, there's something to it.
Yeah. And Unexplained Possibilities has a question: Is an astral exorcist a real thing? Also, Bonnie, pull a card for the super psychic.
Okay.
You made Bonnie make a face.
A face. He does. Okay, I'm talking about a person that calls himself Last Frontier Medium, and they're just okay. She's an astral ninja. What can I say? Okay, so she's the one that makes other people look crazy. Like literally, she's one of those people that demonizes anybody that's witchy, and now she's come out as a witch. Yet she's also a light warrior, starseed. Hold on, let me think of all the titles. She gives herself a whole lot of titles. She's an ex-demonologist. I want to pull no, the devil's too good for her. Sorry. Hard for her. I'll do it. I got to clear my ugly feelings and intentions towards her because she's just a very negative person. And it's anybody that's ever gone to try to teach her, like, hey, you need to do a little shadow work before you go out like cursing everybody. And she'll block you and delete you, you know, those kind. There's a TikToker very similar to her right now that's really irritating. These people always kind of have like this cult-like feeling. Okay, what is? It's almost like one of the. Okay, she has pictures of how she sees herself on the astral. The Lord of Flame and Lightning. Knight of Wands. The Hierophant. Magus of Eternal Gods. This is Hermetic. Okay, so what does she need to know? I know how she sees herself. I'm interested in what an oracle will say about her. There we go. Okay. Lord of Swiftness. Okay, that 8 of Wands again. Well, like the last read, when things come at us, when moments come at us a lot quicker, and this is something I've been telling him, telling and explained about. I feel like pretty soon she's going to be dealing with something that's going to hit her really quick, like really hard, because she's been bad-mouthing so many different groups of type people, especially if they do not believe and see the things the way she does. Like, she calls herself not Christian, yet everything that comes out of her mouth is very, very Christian-like. I feel like it's either it has been, which I know that she said a few things recently that has kind of hit her hard, but I feel like there's going to be another, like this one almost looks like a straight on-bone attack. Well, like that last deck, actually, the Stampede it's the 8 of Wands to me. Always happens so fast, you're never ready. And this is literally going to make her head spin. Now, if she is truly this Lord of Flame and Eternal Lightning and the Magus of the Eternal Laws that she claims to be, then she'll be able to handle it properly. Otherwise, she will fall like the deck cards she keeps sticking and putting up, which unfortunately, I don't see the woman ever doing shadow work, so I doubt that she'll be able to handle it properly. You know, she could be a decent person, maybe, if she did a little shadow work.
A little shadow work goes a long way.
It truly does. And it's honestly like my last time doing the shadow work, like with Sekhmet, and having to realize, like, oh, I need vengeance. That one kind of took me aback, because I guess I just didn't see myself as a vengeful person. And boy, like when I did though, the weight lifted off of me. Boom.
Yeah. The card I pulled for this one from the Divine Animals Oracle is the Red Crowned Crane.
Oh.
And it says, loyalty. The time has come to re-examine your loyalties. Are you able to be trusted? Keep your word if you give it. Take relationships slowly. What promises have you made and that you must keep? And I see you chuckling there.
Oh, wow. Perfect. Like, no, it is, okay, see, like, this person, it's hilarious because, you know, like, the cards, literally, you pull it up.
And we have one from Jacob Dow. May I have a tarot reading? I'm going to start saying it like you now. Regarding my pact working with Azazel.
Okay, yeah. That's actually why I had this deck out, too. I was kind of like asking, like, what is Azazel? You know, like, I just was trying to pull what deck, since it is Azazel. Oh, yeah, like a Ouija board. Hold on, like, I don't want you to see all of my messiness, but I have my Ouija board over there. So, oh, and Jessica wanted to know where you got the tea from again.
Oh, the tea? Oh, the tea I'm drinking is an Asmodeus tea from Evil Tea Company. I also got a matching Asmodeus candle that goes with the tea. Because I am an expert level shopper.
See, I love it. So, hey, I saw that y'all were talking about that one pendulum Ouija board. I saw that. Well, no. Okay, I saw there is a new one. Hold on, these two. Okay. This is interesting. No, there's actually going to be a Ouija board that I saw, like, when I go to one, it's a row. I can't remember what tarot site I go to look on for different cards and decks coming out. But there is actually going to be a spirit board with pendulum that they actually, instead of planchette, they're using a pendulum. So that's kind of weird. But
I want to get the website I buy my Moldavite from has a Moldavite pendulum. It's really freaking expensive because it's Moldavite. It's probably like $150 pendulum, but still, it's pretty freaking cool.
This is interesting. Okay. Yeah, you saw a weird change when second came around. Yeah, there has been a weird change for second. Okay. I'm fixing to start on the reading. I just really wanted to read over what the whole question of that was again, because it's quite interesting.
The one about Azazel, or?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what was it? Let me scroll back. Tarot reading for advice regarding my pact working with Azazel.
Okie doke. So, this is funny. And I actually, when I'm working with Azazel, it can have this effect. So the first thing that came up is this Ace of Cups. So first of all, we're dealing with some emotions here that might be, I don't want to say tampered with. Well, yeah. But for, like, with myself, it was something that was much needed, and I would do it 100 times over again. The Lord of the Root and Powers of Water. And Ace of Cups. This is going to be, you are going to be fulfilled emotionally. This is going to do something like either heal you, something that you've it could be a trauma or something that you did not see about yourself, or something you deemed, like that you've seen weak within yourself, that is going to be, like, I feel like, okay, like this, there's going to be, keep almost seeing like the like, what is the fountains that flow and erupt with the water speaking out like Old Faithful. Like, I'm literally seeing that. yeah, so it's going to be this, it's almost an explosive type of dealing with emotions, but it's going to be so healing. Okay, water makes up most of the earth.
I'm chuckling because this is the card I pulled from the Witch's Wisdom. Water.
Shit. Okay.
Since what happens when Bonnie and I start working together, we're like,
I'm telling you, yeah. So no matter how harsh this might feel at first, do not let it overwhelm you, okay? Because the Lord, okay, the next card is the Wheel of Fortune, Lord and forces of life. Fucking, what is a force of life? Water is going to be one of the things that keeps it, right? Hello, it is going everything. So the Wheel of Fortune, all of your new possibilities that are on this wheel, right, are going, it's almost, okay, so you see the steam engine, right? This wheel that's pumping through this water. There we go with the geyser. It is going to be a drawing force into the next steps, and it's going to shoot you up. I'm like, there is going to be a healing and a learning from this that you will take with you always. And there will be a closeness, a bond because of it. The next card is the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of the Throne of Earth. So it will almost give you this, this king, queen, this very, very, almost like place you on a throne. I would say the infernal throne, because especially if you handle it, okay, like when it comes to this earth throne. So think of it. This means staying as grounded as possible when your life is like, you feel like your emotions are being tossed. I literally keep seeing this water. So like if you're in the middle of the ocean and the freaking boat is toppling back and forth, learn to balance yourself and learn to center yourself and ground yourself, because everything in the middle, like is that Wheel of Fortune. Just accept it as a gift. Yes, it's going to have moments. I'm sure Jennifer's going to have a lot to tell you with her card, because even though it's going to seem hard, be prepared and just know that the blessing is on the other side of everything that is going to be frightening at first. Do any kind of cord cutting, emotional like healing that you need to do within this time. If you feel like you need to get like cord cutting or you need to go and have Reiki, go do it. Trust your guts when it says that. But yeah, go ahead, Jennifer, because this.
So yes, the water card, and it says cleansing. So the spirit of water offers to heal emotions of pain and hurt you feel. Cleanse and refresh, connecting to the sea. Dive into your heart and swim now that you're free. I like that. It gives you a little like poem here. The magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be, there it is done. Which is wisdom. The element of water has surfaced to help you clean up your act. You have been affected by negative thoughts, doubts, and worries. Allow cleansing to wash away any pollution that you are drowning in, and to release any emotion that is draining your natural vitality and positive outlook. Water seeks out your sensitivity and asks you to tap into your feelings, for you are often overwhelmed when faced with challenging situations and others' demands. Be aware of the differences between your emotions and those of others. Water can soothe, heal, and help you go with the flow. Water reminds you to bless this elixir of life before you bathe or drink of it, and to acknowledge your connection to ebb and flow of the tides and the pull of the moon. Water offers you to dive in and uncover your natural psychic abilities and to enhance prophetic dreams that are ready to emerge. Which is foresight. You are empathetic. Your sensitivity is a gift. Protect it well. You are experiencing new psychic awareness. Vivid dreams are linked with emotion to be kept in check. Drink more water. I should take that advice myself. Spend time by the sea. Stop trying to go against the natural flow. Water revealed. Our bodies, as well as our planet, are made up largely of water. Our emotions are connected to the ebb and flow of the oceans and seas. By working with acknowledging the element of water, we develop our intuition and flow naturally with life. And the chalice symbolizes water.
That Ace of Cups, is that not crazy? Because even like when you were saying the ebb and flow, like, okay, so here it is. It's like, all right, like I was mentioning being tossed back and forth. Kind of literally balance yourself and just, I know it sounds crazy, but take it. Because you're going to learn through that tug. It's interesting. That is so, oh, I love it. I love it.
All right, let me look at where we are at in the comments. Someone asked about the Ouija board that you mentioned, where you can get that.
Yeah. What is the, okay, I'm trying to think of the brand, Llewellyn or whatever.
Llewellyn?
Yeah, Llewellyn. I can't ever say it right. But if you go to their website where you can order, you can order off of theirs. I think that's where I saw the pendulum board. It's not going to be out until I think like in a month, but you can pre-order it now. It looks very interesting.
Cool.
Because I collect boards, and it's I literally want, okay, I have one board that is called the Mystic board, and it is very interesting. However, when I would go on my different trips to do live sci-fi, like to do his channel, to his YouTube channel, and I lost it on one of my ways there, the pendulum part, because it was literally a board that the board was magnetic in a way, and the pendulum was magnetic. So, but the thing about it is you could not, hold on, sorry. Okay, there we go. But you could not direct this pendulum to the way you wanted it. You could not even spin it because it was magnets opposing each other, right? And so you would ask it a question, and it would literally spell out words, names. It was called the Mystic board. I did find it on Amazon before. It is hard to find, but if you can ever find that board, that's the one I would always highly suggest. Every time I'd work with it, it was kind of just like unbelievable, because like I would ask in a room full of other people that did not know my middle name, and I'm not going to tell you it, but I would ask my middle name and it would spell it out. And then of course I was left feeling a fool, because then everybody knew my middle name, and it was like I wasn't going to tell them it was wrong. I had to be honest because it got it and it spelled it correct. It was insane. I feel like it almost knows it. I feel like that particular board is able even to connect with our higher selves, to be quite honest, is what it almost feels like. That board is quite different. I don't know, and I don't know why it's so hard to find, because it is such a good board, but it's definitely not. You have to kind of look for that one. The other one is on Llewellyn. How did you say it?
Llewellyn.
Llewellyn's page, yeah, like on their website, and that one looks very interesting too. Because it is a pendulum instead of a planchette.
Yeah, I like some of like the hand carved, like really nice, like wood or slate boards that I've seen. I just don't do a lot with the spirit boards or Ouija boards on my own.
You can, there are so many different things, like especially because of me, like being into the Ouija board so much. One of the things, and I don't have one yet, and I want to get one, but it is literally, so if you want to work on doing any kind of let's say I do automatic writing, but there is an automatic writing planchette.
Ooh.
Literally, yes. So you put your hand like lightly on the planchette, and it's got, so in like where the eye would be, it's got literally like the pencil or whatever. And so literally, yes. I've seen them on Etsy. I've seen them on eBay. It's called a it's called a automatic writing planchette. They can be like $50, and so, but they're literally really neat. They're very worth it. I know people that have had it and loved it. I do plan on getting one because I literally just kind of forgotten about it until just now. So I probably am going to put that on my wish list and like go and get it as soon as I can. Because it was a neat one because it's built and made like a regular planchette. It just happens to have like the clip.
Oh, that's cool. I hadn't heard of that.
No, it's super interesting. There are so many things that people are coming out with. I know that working with Live Sci-Fi, they would come up with their own different things. Like one of the neat ones was I think it was, I can't remember his name, but he came up with what he called like the Devil's Trap, and it was like to contain a negative spirit. Like he didn't come out and say it, but he was more one of the guys on Live Sci-Fi that used to. He was more witchy, so he would bring different aspects to the show as well. You know, as well as like the dark mirrors. I know that like when I gave Tim I gave him I'm trying to remember. It was actually King Paimon. It was a black mirror with King Paimon's. His sigil had actually done it with it in the background of the black mirror, and ever since then, every time he would turn on his ghost box, he would get you would hear Paimon, and then you'd hear the singing along. Oh, like it was so funny. I'm like, oh yeah, he's coming with his singing troops. You know, it was quite interesting. So yeah, but there's a lot of neat stuff out there that is worth looking into. Yeah. It makes me give unexplained a face. That's what you said too. She gave you a face. Because this person we're talking about, like she basically, anybody that's witchy or into any of this, she's like one of those people that make us kind of just all like, like, because she's so much better than so much better than everybody and yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, lady, you live with your daddy. Shut up. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean. There's a lot. I've had to live
Bless
with my
your
parents.
heart.
I've had to live with my parents too, but this woman is so judgmental on anybody. Like, and she, just so super judgmental. There's no way she's ever done any shadow work ever.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah. You can always tell the people who haven't, done a lick of shadow work and stuff like that.
Right. Well, and most people that have done shadow work, if you even mention shadow, they're like, oh, God, I don't want to. You don't want to just really jump back into it. You usually learn a few things that are not the best. Like, how you thought I was peaceful, and here I'm supposed to get vengeance? What are you talking about?
Yeah. Oh, to answer your question, Dark Lord, yeah, thanks for joining. I know you said you joined a little late. Yeah, we were doing like some readings. We started around about 2.5 hours ago, so I'm not sure how much longer we'll be going, but if you have any particular questions, feel free to ask. And in between things, we're just having witchy banter. Because some of that's come up too and stuff, and people are kind of chit-chatting about other things in the live chat. So
no, I know. Okay, so y'all gotten a lot of ice and freezing rain and everything, and even here in Texas we've gotten it, which is insane. I think it's pretty much everywhere right now. I mean, probably not in California, right? Like I explained, I don't think California normally is able to like.
Northern California, I think, gets more rain, but Southern California probably not.
Well, and he's literally kind of like in the hold on. I always laugh because it's so funny because he does not. You would not think that that's where he'd be from, but it's Oakland. Isn't it Oakland? Or is hold on. I'm trying to remember. I remember that when I went to California, I got lost, and it was in the ghetto, and it was really. I didn't realize I was in the ghetto at first, and I was trying to walk out all tough like I normally do. Until I realized, okay, Bonnie, these people are probably really tough. They're not just,
Yeah.
they'll probably hurt you. So shut the fuck up. Yeah, because I mean, I think it was weird because I remember getting off. It was like their BART, which is their train, and like it wasn't long before. Like I think it was like
Sorry,
3 or 4
Corey,
people.
I didn't mean to wake you up.
Oh, which did you wake Corey or was?
I have this floor pillow that's sitting down here by my altar, and I tossed a couple decks down there, and he was like, "I'm sleeping, you know."
I literally, I was having to step over animals. Well, because it's been so cold, we have. Well, it's like we have a little pet zoo in our home right now. We have 2 cats, 2 dogs, all in the house. One's running in her sleep right now. When they chase something in their sleep, it's so cute. I love it. But I evidently we don't do.
I love your dog's demonic sounds.
Yes, does it not sound crazy? Like when he does that, I know my mom has literally at one time, like she thought it was some. I'm like, Mom, I don't have a guy over here that's so gross. Like if I had a guy that made those noises, I don't think I would be very.
No,
it's not sexy.
No,
he does. He makes demonic. Like, and he's like he's a 4-year-old. He's still puppy-ish,
Yeah.
So I don't know why he sounds so old and grumpy.
Who's a grumpy cat? You're a grumpy cat sometimes, Corey. No, I'm not. I'm cute.
Ooh, I'm looking. I'm sorry. I'm reading the chat.
Oh, speaking of Corey, I now have summoned him.
Oh, he heard his name.
Yeah.
Ooh, what are you wearing? Hold on.
This is my Moldavite and Herkimer diamond pendant.
Okay.
Let me see. I hold it up better. Hi. Oh. And there's a Corey.
There's your Corey.
So it's got this little, it's glass, so it's got little pieces of Herkimer diamond and Moldavite in it, and I have a big rose quartz that's very pointy, so if anyone fucks with me, I can literally it's really, you can.
Where did you find those? Those are really pretty.
The necklace I got on Moldavite family. Oh, are you gonna barf? Or are you just coughing?
Oh, that's. I love your cat's demonic sounds.
Buddy, you okay?
Poor baby.
He's just coughing. This I got at Rocky's Minerals and Crystals. They do have an online store, and they have a couple shops locally.
See, that's really neat. Have you ever seen? And I actually been wanting to get one. It's called a. Hold on. It is Lemurian seed quartz.
I don't have any Lemurian quartz.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I don't have any. I was thinking about that recently.
Those from anybody I've known that's had them, they say that those literally sing and if you ever look at one, it literally has little places that you can place your fingers when you hold it. Mine was made this was made for you to hold it, but these seed quartz are actually that's how there's a little holding grasp made in the quartz itself.
Yeah, I've also just random crystal bits and things all over my desk. I have that. I have a really nice piece. This is a huge chunk of pyrite. Look at how big this piece of pyrite is.
It's shaped like a heart.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Where did you find that? That one's gorgeous.
I got it at a local shop called the Ritual Shop. It's sort of like a shishi, bougie witch metaphysical page place in Philly.
You'll have a lot of shops like that, though.
This thing is heavy too. I could break a window with this.
Oh, those are always the best ones. I think this one I got the same time that I got.
That's nice.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah. I have a piece of amethyst upstairs.
Amethyst don't play.
What's that?
Amethyst don't play. When we and my kid were watching the whole Ghost Adventures earlier, I was realizing because he was doing the quarantine episodes or whatever. Mm-hmm. And behind him, he has like, okay, it looks like it's the amethyst, but it's bigger than, like it was bigger than the screen. So, and you know how much amethyst, especially when it's that big chunk of it, and it was built like this one, dude.
Yeah.
Thousands of dollars.
Oh yeah.
That shit. I'm like, okay, you shouldn't have any activity in that house, but well, it's his museum.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to go, because there's some things there that literally the energy does draw me.
Yeah, like sometimes, like when it comes to objects, like some people feel that I feel the energy from people more than I do from actual physical objects.
Yeah.
Like sometimes people pick up something and be like, "Oh my god, it's like vibrating in my hands," or like the energy coming off it. I'm like, "It's a selenite owl and it's really cute."
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Where did you get a selenite owl?
I got my friend
You
Lily.
find the neatest stuff.
Yeah, I am pro level expert shopper, so it was funny. I was doing.
So if I ever need a penguin selenite penguin,
I was doing a video with Maggie Moon earlier this week, and we were talking about we need to do a witchy show and tell.
Seriously, no, that's some fun.
No, my friend Lily has a shop called Witch's Way Craft. She's local to me, but she gets all these really awesome carved crystals.
That is so neat.
I have a little obsidian raven.
I love that.
This is just what's like sitting on my desk, and the crow skull.
See that?
See, I want to turn this into like a little headpiece, so I can just have like a little crow skull on my head. Oh, Corey's back.
Those
yeah,
are pretty.
I keep buying crystals, and I'm like, shit, I don't have any places to put them. Hi, buddy, come here.
He's like, okay, please, mama. He is such a funny cat.
Yeah. Jonathan asked, do I know a good site that sells obsidian pendants and pendulums?
Ooh, good question.
Trying to think for pendulums. It's hard because like there's a lot of like these sort of like mass-produced ones.
I know, like Green Man Studios is a friend of mine.
Yeah.
You go to Green Man Studios. I know he's got great pendulums. I need to get another one from him.
I have a snowflake obsidian one somewhere.
See, mine was I had black obsidian pendulum, and it was literally mine was actually tourmaline, I think. But he literally is really good when it comes to like his pendulums and stuff. He has a lot of good neat stuff on his site too. Mm-hmm. When it comes to divination type tools.
Yeah. I've seen some really nice pendulums recently. The MoldaviteFamily.com has some Moldavite ones I mentioned earlier.
Oh, no, that's neat.
The maybe Herkimer Diamond ones.
Pendants. Do you know any of the properties of the Herkimer?
It's called the Stone of Ascension. So it's like, yeah, I mean, it's really, actually just ordered a whole bunch of them.
I think Unexplained, he's real proud. He just has gotten he got a rose quartz one that has been really working well with him.
Nice.
Yeah. It's always neat when you find that one that really vibes with you.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I got a really cool pendulum board, which might be over here. I actually just cleaned out my little altar, which is over here.
Your little one?
Little one. Let me see. I think it was maybe, I don't know where it went. It's also kind of dark. I thought I had it on top here, but a cat may have knocked it over.
The kid, he looks so innocent. He would never do it.
Corey, did you just show my spot?
He's so innocent. He would never do that.
By Corey.
Corey
under the incorrigible.
He is such a cutie.
I found it.
Yay!
Don't know where my pendulum is.
He listens to everything you say too. It's so funny.
Hi, buddy. I'm gonna sit on you. But this one's a really nice.
Oh, that is neat. I love that.
Yeah, it's like etched into wood.
Yeah. Now, where did you get that one?
I got it at a local store, but they do have an Etsy shop. I think I may have sent you a link to it.
Okay, definitely, because that's neat.
Yeah. They have a couple other ones like this too. Because
That's really cool.
most of the pendulum boards are just the generic sort of mat
Yes
that says
and
like
no.
yes, no, maybe, whatever.
Right. I'd explain. He was working on one, and his is really, really neat. He's not ready. I don't think he's ready to be public with it, but his is really neat from what I've seen so far from it. But yeah, I love watching somebody kind of dive into it. And it's funny though, the more he dives though, I always tease him because he gets a little bit wicked out at times over like, you know, when you ask questions and you kind of get an answer and that answer is like, okay, like that's too much. That's too much. But no, I wouldn't, you know, would not, he's come so far. It's great watching it. Sorry, I am like been on my incense tonight.
Yeah, I was doing an incense restock over the past week, so I have lots of little leftover bits of incense all over the place.
Oh, I love it. Incense is so nice. I like my house most of the time. You can tell we burn it often, and I tease like, yes, I do get like I guess you'd say ghost type. Like we get things falling off of places they probably shouldn't fall. So we get a little bit of spirit activity, but none of it's ever really frightening.
Yeah.
None of it's ever been felt baneful or negative. I mean, like years ago, yes, I did have like one thing I had to totally get rid of, but that was way different. Like you definitely know the difference of something that's just a little bit trying to get your attention and the one that's like, hey, I'm trying to cause havoc, you know.
Let's see in the chat, Solus Invictus says, oh my god, hey Bonnie, remember me?
Who is this? I'm sorry.
Solus Invictus.
I'm trying to remember you.
It's always hard to tell from the little picture thingies.
Right.
And Jonathan wants to know where you can get an obsidian planchette.
Ooh.
I know I've seen some crystal planchettes around recently. I don't know where.
I know. I'll have to ask around, but like I know, like okay, Darren Evans, he does a lot of the Ouija board stuff because he lived in the Zozo Demon house, whatever, and like so he knows a lot about where to find the Ouija stuff when it comes to that. But that sounds like that would be a neat planchette, actually.
Yeah, I know I've seen some. I do a lot of shopping, so online and whatnot. So it's hard to tell where I see things.
I love the fact that you can find like such very rare and very very different type of things like that. I wouldn't have even put the two together.
Oh, Bonnie, what was Jonathan's also asking about the Ouija boards that you mentioned because I don't have a link to it.
It's called a mystic board. It's a mystic board, and it's if you Google it, you'll see the right one is going to be white background, and it's going to be red, and it's going to be like there's going to be a triangle. I can't it is red, blue. It's a lot of prime what's it called? Your red, blue, and yellow. Your main colors of the color wheel. But
the triangular?
Yeah, it's triangular.
Okay, I think
Did you find it?
Maybe. So it's got an eye on the top.
Yes.
The yin yang.
Yes.
Alphabet. This is just I just found like an image of it.
It's called the mystic or mystical.
Yeah, it's not the board. It's like instant download of the triangulars.
Yeah. There's going to be one that's a mystic board and it has like a planchette. That's not the one. The one that is the right one. It's literally it will have a magnetic pendulum And it's so
Yeah,
weird
I don't
because
know.
like there's been videos where I've used it and it would literally, okay, instead of spinning, like it will go out and hold
Okay.
that it will hold that place. It's so weird. And then it will, like if it moves to a different letter, it'll start kind of swinging towards the next letter and it would hold over that letter. And like so you're getting a very, very definite answers, and it's almost, if I wasn't if I was on the if I was more of the type of person that got scared easy, I would probably be a little wigged out by it because of the way it moves. It's different. It is like it's my prize sport. Of course, I lost the freaking pendulum on like one of my fucking adventures. So yeah, there you go. I kept the board though. I thought that well maybe I can make me a magnetic pendulum, which I just haven't been. I just haven't figured it out because it's a very.
Oh, and so listen, Victus responded to you
Oh.
about something. Oh, that sounds cool. Fog and laser lights.
Oh, how hot fog and laser light. That's interesting.
At
Okay.
Belial. That is something that you told her about.
Oh, okay. Yes. No, okay. All right. And that's something I plan on doing again. I have a fog machine and like when doing paranormal, like my paranormal investigation stuff, I've done it at home because I do get the activity here. But like set up the fog machine where you got a lot of fog in the room and then set up your laser light grid. Okay, because you will, especially when you have that much fog, you will see any break in the grid of spirit activity or whatnot. So if anything passes in front of it, you'll either see the fog break or the grid pattern break. And those are two things that I've definitely wanted to play around with more. I do have my fog machine now. My teenager has taken it over a bit, but you know,
it's a fog
I still
machine,
have it.
You know.
Yes, and I do need to get a new laser grid because, again, I've gone on different investigations, and that was one that I left on one. Like I think when I went to the Sally house over a year ago, or about a year ago, and a couple of things got left there. Actually in the basement, which is probably the craziest part of that whole house. So when we were at the Sally house, that's one thing that was so weird. We would have people knocking on the door the whole time we were there investigating it, like literally trying to get in and asking us to haunted. Like it's weird. It's one of those known, so much so that people will come up and ask about it. It just investigating that place at the selling house, Jen, I'm selling them, that we were there investigating and people kept knocking on the door the whole time we were there, asking if it's truly haunted and stuff. I mean, to me, the point of strangers coming and knocking in the middle of the night asking if it was haunted was almost more creepy than the ghost itself, though. Because you know what I mean? It was like, what is wrong with you? It's 2:00 in the morning. Don't you people sleep? Oh my God. I said, come and pay and rent the place overnight and you can find out for yourself. It was weird. It was just weird. People like were thinking that we were just going to let total strangers come in and investigate with us. Like, no, you're a stranger. You're scary. Stranger danger. Go away. Like, people are weird. And that's me saying so.
Cool. This is a lot of fun. I like this.
This has been great. I know we ought to do this more often. This was great.
Yeah.
It's always fun though, because anytime anytime we do readings together though, they mirror match in so many ways, and it definitely kind of gives that solid, that stamp of approval on it,
Yeah.
I'm excited. There's a lot of people that read tonight that looks like they're going to have some interesting work in their past. Some of it's going to be a little rough and bumpy, but isn't it always?
Yeah.
you know, but it's usually the most, you know, when it is rough and bumpy, what I've learned is I've always learned the most from it. And it's lessons that I would never, um, I would never like, I would always do again if I had that do over chance, like, because I learned so much from it, especially with the whole that is a one. That one was like, you know, I had thought that I had gone through so many bad things that, okay, well, like, I won't have to deal with this type of thing again. And of course, here I goes, it happened again. But I was able to process it and handle it and deal with it better the second time around.
Yeah.
But because I was handling it from a whole different perspective.
Yeah. So I have a general question about tarot, because obviously, you know, after having doing readings for me, like, what would your advice be, like, because obviously, like, and I get it from multiple people too, and even my own readings is like,
yes,
when you're getting the same answer over and over again for something, but it's not happening.
Okay. Usually the first thing that's come into mind is, for some reason, if it's like, okay, depending on what it is, somebody is usually blocking what is supposed to happen. Especially, okay, so if it has to do with love, it's one of the two of the people that are involved that is, like, you know, usually it's fear or trauma or whatever causing it, but they're not allowing that energy that's supposed to happen to flow. So let's say, like, it's supposed to be that Two of Cups joining at the end. You know, somebody's letting their fear get in the way, even though that it seems like every other card, every reading that you get, it keeps saying the same thing. Well, there is somebody's energy is actually kind of getting in the way and combating it. A lot of the times it's our own, okay? Sometimes our own fears, sometimes our own doubts, okay, can do it too. I've had that myself several times.
Yeah. Because it's like, you know, even for years, it's sort of like on, you know, like, just take a particular question or something, and, you know, it's like I'm always getting, like, the same answer to it, but yet it seems like, okay, well,
where is it?
Yeah. Like, how do I, what is the missing piece to get to that end? You're telling me that you're giving me the happy ending, you know, everything works out.
90% of the time, we're blocking it for ourselves in a way that we're not even aware of. So what I would say is, okay, so you know how that question's going to go if you ask it, because you asked it 90 times, and it always comes out the same. When I say, what is blocking this from happening, is the way I would go into the next reading. Okay, so I know what my love life has in store for me. What is causing the blockage? Okay, and a lot of times, when it comes through, I always tell somebody, ask as intimately of a question as you want, because the more involved question, you get a better answer. So if you leave it very, very vague, it, you know, it leaves you with a very vague answer. So, but if you're wanting to be direct, like, okay, I know what the love reading, or I know what my, you know, my monetary reading keeps saying.
Yeah, because I mean, tarot readings usually do have, like, themes to it. You know, obviously a lot of them are going to be relationship readings or financial readings, or just general life readings too.
What is blocking me? And like tonight, it was weird because I kept getting that one. It was the one that was the emotional. It was like, this is emotional ties. That's strange, but this is emotional. But it was like, literally go through, heal that, and everything else was going to open up. But that's what was showing me. And asking the right questions, I would say, will help that. So if you've noticed that that's something that's happened over and over in a reading, there is there's a reason behind it. And then, so you just need to step in and ask the right questions to figure out why it's blocked. And that's always been a good, and that's what's funny, is because they're like, now I know a lot of my, like, because I get the same thing happen. And so, like, when, like, I'll have you or whoever will read for me. I'm like, okay, why is it getting blocked? I'll tell, like, Melvin, I'm like, hey, you know, for me to explain. I was like, well, what is causing why am I not getting to this point of where I need to be? And so then we're like, sometimes the readings will come up with something so crazy accurate that he's not aware of that I just start laughing because like I'm not gonna, we don't normally mention our shortcomings to people.
Yeah.
That's we're human. We're not gonna do that. So when he's able to call me out on them, I just can't help but giggle because Tarot will call you out, especially when you have a person that's like really involved and learned.
Yeah, sometimes the cards are rude as fuck.
Yeah, like, well, that's what. When I've done reading for like the little sites. In fact, I was like, my feelings were so hurt because I got a bad review. But I put on there, if you don't want to know the truth, if you're wanting something sugar coated, do not ask me to be your reader. I had that in big writing as a disclaimer.
Yeah.
Literally, the chick, like, her reply was that I didn't answer the way she wanted me to, and so she was going to give me a bad review. And
well, that's kind of not the point of getting the tarot reading.
No, but like she was literally just, and it was just sad because this is a person that was giving the love to the person that just did not want it and did not, was taking advantage, and she just needed to move on, and that's not what she wanted to hear.
Yeah.
And it hurt my feelings though. It's like, she's saying I'm a bad reader. Other people are going to read that and actually believe that because of this one person.
Bad reader because I told you the truth that you didn't want to hear.
And that's what I do. I always disclaim. If you get your feelings hurt, easy. Or if you're not ready to face something. Because if the cards are showing me, what I feel is like my guides or the different deities that I work with are wanting you to know that. And so I'm not going to go against them to keep somebody else's feelings from being hurt. I don't want my own life disrupted because I'm not listening to what I'm being told to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's, yeah, I'm like, I like, you can be my friend, but like, okay, if you're supposed to learn this, there is a reason, and hopefully you can learn from it and move on, and things get better. And a person that's truly wanting better, they'll go with that. And I've had so many people go, "Oh my God, you're so right," and I'm like, "This sucks." It's not all. Tarot can be quite ugly. It can be quite ugly.
Yeah.
I've had it straight hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
I don't read for myself though, and that's what's funny. Everybody's like, "What?" No.
It's hard reading for yourself. So that's like a lot of times, like when I'll pull cards for myself, I'll like send you a screenshot or
right, right. Well, and see, for me, I think I get so entangled into what I'm expecting to pop out that I will almost have those cards to pull out.
Yeah. Like I did like a 3-card pull last week. I know it was the Prince of Swords, something else, and something else, and I reshuffled the deck and pulled the exact same 3 cards again.
Well, that's usually them. That's usually there's meaning behind that.
I'm like, okay, I shuffled, I cut the deck. How did I pull the same 3 cards?
Yeah, especially if you shuffled good. Those are always extremely weird. But, like this month's readings, like when I did that, I did the Love Tarot for Unexplained, and it was very funny because it's like, it was definitely, it was like, okay, or like the water signs almost mirrored a lot of the air signs things, I think it was.
Yeah, I missed the beginning of it when you did the water and the air signs. I think I tuned in a little.
Oh, God, but they mirrored so much, which is odd. And then, of course, the earth and fire is like, okay, it looks like there's a lot of earth and fire relationships going on, because of the energy itself of those that pulled up.
Yeah, I'm an air sign who loves those water signs.
Water signs are great. I'm a water sign, so I can say that. We have our moments. We can be a little over-emotional or a little frightened by,
Or walled off. Be like, I'm so emotional! Clump.
Mm-hmm.
Pull the iron gates close.
There is a reason that cancers are considered the crab. They run from that. Scary. Emotions, feelings. I don't want to deal with them backwards,
Yeah.
And I love it. And then, of course, you got the beautiful, lovely Scorpio energy that will come out and just, you hurt me. I'm going to hurt you back.
Very, very badly.
Go. Yeah. I always tease, if you're dealing with a Scorpio, just don't hurt them. You will be absolutely admired and loved beyond scope, but beyond measure. Do not hurt them. Just don't hurt them, and you're fine. You're good.
Yep.
Be honest with them and don't hurt them. And I don't think that that's such a wrong thing to ask, but
Yeah.
You don't play a Scorpio. There's my advice. Don't play a Scorpio. Or a Cancer even.
And don't ignore a Gemini.
You're right.
We like to talk a lot.
My son's at the Gemini.
We're like, let's talk it out. Let's sit down and it was funny. I was reading. I think it was on Twitter. Laura Tempest Zakroff. She's the one that does the Liminal Spirits deck, and she's an author.
Oh, yes.
And she was like, being a Gemini, trying to write a succinct response when you really want to write that's not a short story. I'm like, yeah.
So okay. Well, and okay. They over describe.
Here's the novel and backstory and prequel and the sequels and the reboot.
I have literally
to what is going
myself with my oldest son because he's the Gemini. I'm like, you talk so much. I've told him that.
Twins were talking for two people.
I told him, you talk so much.
I know, and it's like I have to sometimes remind myself that that can be overwhelming for people. I'm like, let's just talk. Let's just talk it out. And other people are just like, I just want to go over here.
My
former husband occasionally would. I'd be like, blah, 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 and he just would turn up the volume on the TV.
So we got a Sagittarius in the house. Oh, Sagittarius, you guys just have no. Y'all are tough. Them Sagittarius are tough. Fire signs, let me tell you. Yeah.
But yeah,
Scorpio were prone to a lot of.
Yeah, my ex-husband occasionally would turn the volume up on the TV to
Oh, he said don't play a Scorpio at poker, especially. I get it. Scorpio will come at you.
Oh yeah.
Cutthroat.
Oh yeah.
And they're really, truly they're a water sign, so they're technically emotional and very, very loving. Just do not hurt them. Of course, then they're always teased. There's this sweet Pisces that everybody thinks it's the Cancers that are over emotional, and no. You have not really properly met a Pisces.
Yeah, I'm a Gemini with Pisces moon and rising.
So yes, there you go. That's why, and that's what everybody teases. The air signs are a little bit they don't.
Well, yeah. The thing is, I have no Earth signs in my entire chart. I'm the majority air and water with a touch of fire.
Oh wow!
No Earth signs.
It's that water though that balances you out because air signs can seem they're, I wouldn't say aloof, but
water for me is the grounding element. If I'm upset about, I was explaining to someone once, I was like, okay, if you ever find me in the bathtub eating ice cream, one of three things has happened. I'm really fucking upset about something, I'm happy about something and celebrating, or I'm really fucking high. Choose your own adventure.
I'm Cancer Sun and I'm Cancer Rising. My moon is in Aries. That's my grounding force. But it's very funny because I spend a lot of, I love my baths. I like a shower's fine, but I prefer a bath because to me it helps me. It gives me my meditation time. My time to kind of lay down, relax and just submerge into the water. And it literally, water's cleansing. It's healing.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I already took one bath today. I may take another before bed because I'm also realizing my Asmodeus tea, I think, had a lot of caffeine in it.
Oh, yes, I bet it does.
I don't know. Black Ceylon tea, is that that's probably black teas are usually caffeinated.
Oh, wow. It sounds neat.
It's tasty. But, yeah, so we've been going a little bit over 3 hours now. So, I don't know if we want to kind of wrap up the live portion of it and stuff.
Oh yeah, because like the potty is calling again.
Yeah. And I have a question for you after, which will still be in Zoom. So after I
Okay,
end the stream. So
sounds
this
good.
was awesome. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yay,
Don't
I
forget to
loved it.
check out Bonnie. Her channel is Dark Moon. Was it Dark Moon Rising?
Yes,
Dark Moon
Dark Moon.
Rising. And I did put a link in there to her Raven Moon Tarot on Facebook.
Yes,
And
yes,
she does
and
awesome
watch.
personal readings. So highly recommended.
Yes, thank you. Also do plan probably, hopefully, when I go to the Hill House to be doing some live streaming from there because I am going to let you know if it is a fucking indeed a portal to hell. It's very interesting. Some of the things that I've already gotten prior to this, I went to one of the other places out near that. It was another investigation in the same town. And one of the investigators randomly looked at me and goes, "Have you met the seven yet?" The seven. There's seven princes or kings, you know. And I'm going, "Oh, nice. What?" I was when he like this person. It came out of the blue. I said, "What are you talking about?" Because it definitely didn't match up with the person that was asking it. You could tell that it was like something else literally just interjected and spoke through him. And so, yeah, I'm quite interested in what else is to be done there. So
yeah,
I do plan on hopefully
I'm looking forward to it. That'll be great.
Oh yeah,
and we'll have to do this again. Maybe we'll make like a monthly thing out of this, and
I think that would be great. That'd be
fun. You know, rather than just listening to me babble for an hour or two.
Hey, though, that's always fun too, though.
Yeah.
You always have some interest. Like my dog's going, huh? Are we chasing his tail? No, we're chasing tail.
Oh, yeah. Buddy.
Now he turns around and he stops. Straight.
Like, I was not chasing my tail.
I was not. Like, literally, he did so many spins. What, mister?
Oh, buddy.
He's my sweet boy.
Oh, sweetie.
Oh, and then there's the jealous little pit bull. She's over there, like, looking like, I'm not going to come up and move and try to get your attention. I'm perfectly happy laying here.
Cool. All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We'll see you again soon. And thank you, Bonnie, for joining. And have a wonderful, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are.
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't even know what time it is, or what day it is, where I am. So, have a good